Do you know Delta Live Tables is the new player in the world of data engineering? And in this 4-hour long video, you will learn everything related to Delta Live Table from scratch. This course will cover all the complex concepts such as slowly changing dimensions using apply changes API, append flow to incrementally combine the data, integrating Autoloader and Delta Live Tables to work with semi-structured data. Not only this, we will also cover some real-time scenarios in the world of Delta Live Tables, such as applying data quality checks using expectations in Delta Live Tables pipelines. So, if you want to outstand in the crowd, you should add this skill in your resume, and I will help you learn the skill. So, are you ready? What's up, my data fam? What's up, my data fam? Did you miss me? First of all, happy Sunday. So, another Sunday, another video. Amazing video, bro. Amazing video. It's not just a normal video. Why? So, before telling that, just hit the subscribe button right now because I know, I know you love me a lot. I'm just talking to those people who are new to this channel. So, first of all, if you do not know about me, if you do not know about this channel is purely based on real knowledge in the world of data engineering, covering all the latest tools and technologies, covering all the fundamentals, covering all the latest architectures, covering all the projects, everything, bro, everything. Just hit the subscribe button and just explore the channel. You will get to know why I'm saying this. Okay, so if you have already done that, so let me just tell you why today's video is special. First of all, kudos to Databricks that they launched this new feature, you can say, or you can say a new player in the world of data engineering. It is called Delta Live Tables. People are going crazy after Delta Live Tables. There are so many confusions, there are so many doubts, there are so many questions, there are so many gaps that will be answered, filled, everything will be done today. Trust me, because today we will be discussing this Delta Live Tables in detail. And yes, we will be covering both fundamentals, concepts, plus practical sessions as well. So you will be actually building DLT pipelines. DLT pipelines? Okay. So Ansh Lamba, you have already given us the hint that DLT or Delta Live Tables is a kind of ETL framework. Yes. So I'm really excited to just start today's session because Delta Live Tables is a great addition in the world of data engineering. Trust me. And I know you will be looking at in so many job descriptions that companies are demanding for Delta Live Tables, and you should have that knowledge. And I know companies have started asking questions in the interviews as well regarding Delta Live Tables. And it is very hard to find the right resource to learn that. But now, just thank, just say thank to God, because now you are landed on my channel. Because now you will know everything that you need to know in the world of Delta Live Tables. Everything. Everything, bro, everything from scratch. So are you excited? Are you excited? Because I'm really excited. So before actually starting this video, there are some prerequisites. Okay, we are happy to discuss that. First of all, you should have a laptop or PC, or you can say iPad if you use that as a laptop. So it's up to you. So I just call it laptop, simple, sorted. No iPads, no tablets, no tabs, just laptop. Just a laptop. Okay. And with stable internet connection, if you do not have a stable internet connection, then you will be seeing that circle rotating. So I don't want that. Okay. Okay. Then you should have a Databricks account. Do not worry if you do not have one. We will be creating a free Databricks account. So you do not need to worry about that. Okay. Then the third and most important thing, and if you have already watched my previous videos and you know why I considered this, you should have excitement to learn Delta Live Tables, because without that you cannot learn Delta Live Tables. Trust me. If you do not have that vibe, do not have that excited vibe, bro, Delta Live Tables is not the concept that you will be grasping right now? Then no. This is a very creative concept, bro. I'm not kidding. This is a very creative concept, and you need to be creative and you need to be excited to actually know, oh, okay, that these things are actually done like this. So you have to be excited. And if you are not excited, just watch some other videos and just be excited. Just watch my videos, bro. You will be excited. So this is a long list of prerequisites, and I think you already have these things. Okay. And if you have, so now it's time to actually start this video, and we will be starting our video with Databricks account creation. So now here's the thing. If you have already an Azure account, okay, then it will be really easy to create a Databricks account. If you do not have an Azure account, don't worry, I will just tell you how to create Azure account as well, because first we create Azure account, then we create Databricks account. And why it is necessary to create Azure account? Because the thing is, bro, you are preparing for the interviews, you are preparing to crack the interviews, or you are just learning Delta Live tables to actually perform the things that you will be performing in the real world. So in the real world, we work with cloud, we work with cloud storage, we work with cloud destination, we work with, like, we just deal with everything. And you can say we work only in cloud. So that is why I have chosen Azure, because Azure and Databricks go hand in hand. And Databricks is also available as a first party service provider. That is a big thing. And you can use any different cloud provider if you want. So I have no grudges against other cloud providers. But yeah, today we'll be just using Azure. Do not worry, we will not be exploring Azure much. We are just creating Azure account so that we can create a Databricks instance. That's it. Databricks workspace. That's it. We are not going to just do any other fancy stuff. Okay, so do not need to worry. So without wasting any time, let's get started. And bro, just take out your notebook right now, right now. Just pause the video and just take out your notebook right now. So in order to create an Azure free account, okay, so just go to your Google tab and just write Azure portal account, or you can simply write Azure free account. That will directly take you to the right web page. Okay, so just click on first link that you have, just click on it. Then you just need to select this button instead of this pay as you go, because pay as you go is a paid account which will charge you as much as you will be using those services, or like using any services of Azure. So for now we do not need to pay to anyone, so you can simply pick try Azure for free. Okay, just click on it, and then it will just take you to a different web page where it will just ask you to just provide your credentials, like your email ID. So here's the catch. Let me show you. Let me just show you. Okay, we are finally on this page. So now you just need to provide your Microsoft account. If you do not have one, just click on create one, because bro, just create a new account. If you do not have, just do not feel like, hey, I do not have account, what should I do? So the answer is simply create a new account, right? So just create a new account, and once you have the account, then simply type the email ID here and then just click on next. Now what are the next steps? When you will just click on this, you will actually land on a page which will show a kind of form like this, where you just need to fill your personal details, like your name, your phone number, your uh, friend's name. No, I'm just kidding. So you just need to provide your personal details, like your address and all. When you will be just click on the sign up page, which will be at the bottom of the screen, then it will just take you to the payments page. So here a lot of people get confused, like, hey, it is asking us to provide the details, card details, will it just deduct some money? No, bro, it will not charge you anything. It is just asking for those details so that it can just confirm that this is you who will be using those services, because Azure provides $200 to actually use their services for free for 1 month. Okay, so here's the question, what will happen after 1 month? After 1 month, it will ask you if you want to upgrade your account. Even if you do not reply to that email, or if you do not opt in to upgrade the account, it will just nullify your services and it will not charge you. So do not get confused, do not worry that will it Azure charge you. No. So this practice is done by all the cloud providers. It is done by AWS, it is done by GCP, it is done by Snowflake as well. So this is the common practice. Do not get confused and do not worry. Okay. So once you have that account ready, once you have that Azure account ready, then we will be actually landing on the Azure portal. Let me just show you how you can just log in. So now it's time to actually go to the Azure portal account, which is your landing page, which is your connection with Azure. Like you have to land on Azure portal account. So let me just tell you how you can just do that. Simply go to your incognito mode. If you just want to use any mode, use it, bro. Just type portal.azure.com. Okay, just hit enter. Then obviously it will say, hey, just provide me the Azure portal account email ID. So here you just need to type the email ID that you have just created. Okay, the same email ID, bro. What you're doing, man? Okay, just put that email ID. After putting your credentials, you will see this page. Wow, what a UI. So this is your Azure portal account homepage, and do not worry, you may be seeing these services mismatching with yours. So do not worry. These are some of the services that I was using before. So do not get worried. Do not get worried. So this is your homepage. Okay, this is your homepage, and what can I do? Like once I just land on this page. So if you are already familiar with Azure, you would know like what is this page and what you can do with this page. So just a quick overview if you are new to Azure. So first of all, as you can see, these are basically the services that is provided by Azure. These are some of the resources that are provided by Azure. So you can either call them services, resources, same stuff. So do not get worried. Okay. So then the main thing is this one. These three bars. So when I just click on it, it is a kind of menu, and this will be holding your all the go-to tabs. For example, you want to just see all your resources. So there should be something called all resources. Yeah, we have. Okay. Then if you just want to see like SQL databases, so this will just list some of the um, applications or resources which we use on a daily basis, which we have to just go to on a daily basis, such as like storage accounts. Like this is the basic things, right? Like these are the basic things. Then obviously Microsoft Enter ID, where we just manage the users. Then monitor, this is one of the most important things in any cloud platform. Then obviously cost management plus billing. In your case, you are using a free account, so you do not need to worry. But in the real world, obviously, if you are working for a startup, you can monitor that. Or if you're working in a big company, you will not be allowed to view it. But yeah, you should just take care of these things as well. Then obviously help plus support. So this is the area where you can actually do a lot of stuff. Then we have this search bar. So in order to create anything, in order to use anything, you have to create that thing, right? So this is the search bar where you can actually search anything in the world of Azure. So now you know that we want to create Azure Databricks, right? This is the one. So what is that thing that you need to create before creating Azure Databricks instance? So this is called resource group. So why you need to create resource group? So bro, you should like we have to follow the hierarchy that is provided by Azure. So when we need to just create a resource, we have to put that resource in a resource group. And basically a resource group holds more than one resources. Okay. So you can just put so many stuff, like you can just put storage account, you can put your Databricks, you can just put your ADF, you can just put anything. Okay. So in that particular case, you have to create your resource group. Okay. Okay, sorted. Now first of all, I will just search resource group because I need to create resource group. So as you can see, I can see the resource groups. So just click on it, and don't worry, these are some of my resource groups that I have created earlier. So just click on plus new and just give any resource group. So I will simply say RG, that is an abbreviation for resource group, RG, and then I will say Delta Live Tables. Okay, just hit enter and then just click review plus create and then create. Okay, simple. Simple. Now it is saying it is created. So I will simply click on go to resource group. Then it will just take me to the resource group. As you can see, it is empty. Why? Why not? Have you created anything inside this resource group? No. So if you want to create any resource, either it can be Databricks, Data Factory, Synapse, storage account, anything. So then you have to click on this plus create. So we will be creating two resources. One is Databricks, second is data lake as well. Why? Because we will be working with Unity catalog, we will be working with external data lake and external data lake. So in order to do that, we have to create our external storage account, and that is the real world scenario. We do not work with managed storage account. So in order to do that, just simply click on plus create, and then it will just take you to the marketplace. Don't worry, this is not an FB marketplace. So this is a marketplace by Azure. So you just need to simply search storage account and then just search it. Then you will see so many options, because the thing is, this is the marketplace. Here, like, anyone can sell the services. Do not worry, you are not allowed to do that. So here, like, there are so many other providers as well that sell their services, but we will be using service that is provided by Microsoft Azure. Okay, just click on this, then just click on create, and then it will just take you to the configuration page. Okay, so now first of all, you need to name your storage account, and you have to use a name that is unique throughout the Azure network. So I'll simply say external, or let's say DLT data lake. Is it available? No. See, this name is already taken, so someone has already used this name, so I cannot use it. So I will simply say Ansh DLT data lake. So this is unique. This is unique. So I can just take that. You can also put your name, or you can also put my name. Don't worry. No, you cannot, because it will just throw an error. If you just put my name in the middle or at the end, then it will not give any error. But obviously, why you will just put my name, bro? Just put your name. Then primary services, just leave it. Then you have two options, standard or premium. So we will simply use standard. Then redundancy, in order to keep the cost low, or I would say minimum, you have to pick LRS, which is locally redundant storage, which just creates a replica of your data in the same data center. Okay, then just click on next. So here you just need to check one box, which is very important, to create data lake. Otherwise it will just create a blob storage. So this is hierarchical namespace. Okay, just simply click on this box, because when you create hierarchical namespace, okay, so then you actually save your data within folders. See, in an hierarchical way. Otherwise, you cannot create folders. You have to put everything inside containers. Okay. Okay, then you can simply click on review plus create, because other things are related to networking and we are not protecting our data. We are not using virtual network, so it is fine. Just click on create. So now it will just create our storage account, and it should just take few seconds. By the way, you should always work with external storage accounts, external data lakes, because in the real world as well, we have to work with external data lakes. And what is the best advantage of that? What is that? You have to configure so many permissions, and that test your credibility in the interviews as well. That have you actually worked with those areas? So it is created. As you can see, I have two options to actually open this. I can either click on go to resource, or just simply click on home. Then you can simply click on resource groups, and you can just search your resource group that you have created. So mine is this one. Then I can see my resource. Wow, Ansh data lake. Okay, okay. Now I will simply click on it just to show you how it looks like. Okay, then this is the overview page. Just ignore that and just click on data storage. Click on container. So basically we get four services: containers, which is the data lake, then file shares. This is the area where you can just, where like everyone can drop their files, and this acts as like one stop solution to upload the files that can be used by anyone. Then queues, this is a kind of message services that stores the messages for streaming. Then tables, this will just deal with semi-structured data. Let's say you have data in the form of key value pairs, so you can just use this service tables. We simply need to use containers. That's it. Like that is data lake. So I will simply create one container. Okay. And one container I will create as meta store. What is this? I will just tell you, don't worry, because now we will be just working with Unity catalog. So this is the container that we will be keeping for Unity Metastore. This is not our container, this is their container. By the way, if you have not watched my other video, which is purely based on Unity catalog, you can definitely watch the video and click on the video coming on the screen. This is not a pre-request. You can save this video because obviously this will give you a detailed understanding of Unity catalog. We'll be discussing about Unity catalog in this video as well, but if you will ask me and if you want to follow my guidance, just watch this video. That is a detailed video on Unity catalog, and just save that video just that is coming on the screen right now. Okay. So now I will simply create one more container and I will call it as a raw container. Okay, perfect. Then I will simply create a raw container. Perfect. So now our containers are ready. Our data lake is ready. Now it's time to create the Databricks workspace. So now let's create that. So it's time to create the Databricks workspace. So now we will be creating Databricks workspace. So just simply click on plus create button the same way we clicked when we were just creating data lake. Simply click on plus create, and again the same marketplace. Just write Databricks, and then just select this particular one provided by Microsoft. Okay, just click on this. Do not select this one. This is an access connector. By the way, we will be creating this one as well, so do not worry. So click on this and then simply click on create. Okay, perfect. So now we just need to give the resource name, workspace name. So we'll simply give any name. Let's say Databricks Delta Lake, not Delta Lake, DLT. Databricks DLT. Okay, and the location I will pick UK South. Perfect. Now we have like few options available if we want to create the workspace. Obviously, we can create premium, and do not create standard because Unity catalog doesn't work with this one standard. Okay, now obviously you have a free account, so you can just simply pick this one premium, and if you just want to go with trial, you can pick that. What is the difference? Basically trial is exactly same as the premium one, but it will be just available for 14 days. So I will just simply pick trial one, and this is the managed resource group name. So I will simply say RG Delta Live Tables managed. Basically this is a managed resource group where it puts your VMs that are virtual machines, it puts your managed data. So it is a kind of compute pane or data pane. Okay, then click on networking, then next, then review plus create. Simple. Then just simply click on create for one more time, and now it will just deploy this Databricks workspace. And then actually Databricks workspace, like Databricks is a different entity, but it is available as a first service provider in Azure, so that's why it is called as Azure Databricks. But yeah, Databricks is exactly the same like other Databricks resources and other cloud providers, so do not need to worry at all. So it will be deployed, I think, in just few seconds, and then we can also create the access connector. So why we need to use access connector, let me just quickly tell you. Let me just simply go to home and let me just open my Delta Live table. Okay, so let's say this is your Databricks workspace. Okay, this is the symbol of, I think, octane. What was the chemical name of that one? Benzene, yeah, C6H12O6. I think, if I'm not wrong, C6H12O6. So if you are a non-medical student, I took non-med in my 12th, so this is called as benzene, and its chemical formula is, I think, this one, C6H12O6. So 6 bonds of carbon, I think, 1 2 3, yeah, C6H12O6, I'm so sure. Okay, by the way, we are not learning chemistry, so when I just created this one, so I just remember that one. So do not need to worry. By the way, my favorite subject in my 11th and 12th was chemistry. it was my like favorite, and I scored I think 95 in my 12th boards in chemistry. Yep, I love that subject. So this is your Databricks, okay, and this is your ADLS Gen 2, which is our data lake, okay. Now we have created our folders within this. So how this Databricks will access this particular data lake? How? Obviously, it is not allowed to do that. Let's say it goes here to ADLS and it will say, hey, I want to use this data. ADLS will say, who are you, man? Who are you? So it will just say, hey, I'm a Databricks. So it will say, I do not care. So just go back. Okay. So now we need to include one entity, a kind of ID card, a kind of permit. So what it will do, this is the connector. Let's say this is the connector. Okay. Now this connector has the access to this data lake. By the way, it doesn't have, but we will provide the access. So this has the access. So now what Databricks will do, Databricks will say, hey, access connector, just come to me. So it will go here inside the Databricks, and now Databricks will go again to access the data sitting in data lake, and this time ADLS will say, hey, who are you? It will say, see, I have the ID card, so now it can use the data. Okay, so for that we will be using access connector, and we will provide the access to the data lake to that access connector. So we will simply click on plus create, and I will simply say access connector. What do you want, man? I do not want your private offers. Why you are just showing me this again and again? Access connector. So just simply pick this one and simply click on create, and then we just need to name it. I will simply say access DLT. Okay, then click on review plus create and then create. Simple. So it will just take I think few seconds to create this one as well. And now the question is how we can assign the role to the data lake. It is very simple. It is called RBAC. Oh wow, it is created. See, I'll simply go to home to my resource group. So now we have 3 resources ready. Okay. Now our next step is to allow this access connector to read the data sitting in data lake and write the data as well. So we will simply go to access control. Wait, first we need to select this one. First of all, we will just select the data lake. Then we will go to access control. Then we will say, hey, we want to add a role. Then we will pick a role, and it is called storage blob contributor. This one. Click on next. Click on manage identities. Then select members. Then search it. Access connector. Where is that? This one. Then you just need to pick your access connector name and then click on select. That's it. Click on review plus sign. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, it is assigned. Now we can just use that connector. Finally. Okay, so now it's time to actually go inside the Databricks. So simply click on this. Okay, and then simply click on launch workspace. It will just launch your data. Oh, finally, welcome to our lovely Databricks. Okay, so this is your Databricks workspace homepage. Okay, this is your homepage. So here you can see a lot of stuff in the left hand pane, like in the left hand side. Okay, so let me just quickly give you an overview, like what is that and why do we use these things. So first of all, these are like bread and butter for you if you're using Databricks. Obviously, you will be working with workspaces, which is a kind of folder. Then obviously recent tab, which is responsible to show all the recent notebooks, workspaces that you have opened, recent workflows, everything. Then catalog. This is important. This is important because we are working with Unity catalog. So this is really important. And this is just renamed from Data Explorer. So it is the same thing. Then workflows, where you just build ETL pipelines. Then compute, where we actually create the cluster. Do we create the cluster? Not really. We just configure the cluster and Databricks creates the cluster for us, all the VMs, all the VNets, everything. So thank you so much, Databricks, for making our life easy. So then it is marketplace. So we have a marketplace here in Databricks as well, because it also offers some third-party tools, third-party softwares to use within Databricks. Sorted. Then we have this pane. This is dedicatedly for like data analyst, where they can just run SQL queries, SQL editor, like it will be exactly same as your traditional SQL workbench. Then dashboards, yes, you can just build dashboards as well, the same way you build in Power BI or Tableau. It is amazing, man. It is amazing. I will try to just add some pieces of this as well at the end of the video, because our focus of this video is Delta Live Table. So I will just try to add like small pieces of this as well. Okay. Then we have data engineering. This is our area where we have jobs, where we have data ingestion, where we have Delta Live Tables. Wow, man. We are coming to you, bro. Hold on. Then we have machine learning. Okay. Where we just build models and everything. Perfect, perfect, perfect. By the way, this button was like used to be here at the end, here, but they just moved it to the top. Maybe they have some plans to promote some stuff. Okay, so this is all about like Databricks workspace fundamentals, and don't worry, we will be just covering everything as we go along the video, so do not need to worry much now. So in order to just initiate, start working with Databricks, we first need to create a meta store, Unity meta store, not just a meta store, Unity meta store. And why we need to create Unity meta store? So that we can enable Unity catalog. Really, Anshulam? Really? Really? Yes, sir, really. So now, if I just click on this catalog, so you will see obviously something. So this is your Hive meta store. Anshulam, we already have a meta store. Why you want to create a new one? So bro, my lovely bro. So the answer is we do not use Hive meta store. We just work with Unity Metastore and Unity Catalog. By the way, this is not your Metastore. This is a catalog which is named as Hive Metastore, because with legacy Metastores, we do not get the opportunity to create multiple catalogs. So they just used to name our catalogs as the same as the Metastore. So this is not a catalog. This is not a Metastore. This is just a catalog. So as you can see, this is Catalog Explorer, and these are the legacy system. Then this is looking for active compute resource, because obviously you cannot see much thing when you do not have active compute. So do not need to worry, bro. So now Databricks has launched an amazing feature where they just create a Unity Metastore for you for like by default, but we do not use that. We create our own Metastore, because Metastore is responsible for everything, bro. Metastore will be covering all your catalogs, all your Databricks workspaces, like everything. Okay, so it is very important. It is very, 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 very important. So how we can do that? So for that, you simply need to go to the Databricks console. And how you can do that? Simply click on this drop down, and then you will see manage account. And if you're using Databricks for the first time, you will not be seeing this thing, manage account, here. Why? Because it does not allow you to just access the console page by default. So what you need to do, so I will just provide you the link. I will just show you right now as well, don't worry. So you just need to put that link, and when you just log into that link, then only you will be able to see this manage account. Or I will again uh, ask you to just watch my Unity catalog video, because I have just talked about this thing in detail. I will just show you in this video as well. But if you are not able to troubleshoot that, just watch some part of that video right now, in which I'm just creating the Databricks workspace. I think it should be in the initial phase of the video, where I'm just creating the Unity catalog. So you can just check the chapters, and then you can just see how I am creating this Unity meta store and how I'm able to enter to this manage account. Okay, so now I will just show you how you can do that. If you are not able to do that, just simply click on that video and just open that particular chapter and just watch that, bro. Simple, life is simple. So in order to go to the console page, you simply need to just search on the Google that accounts dot, yeah, this one, accounts dot Azure Databricks.net, this one. So when you just click on it, you will land on this page. So it will just ask you to provide the Microsoft Enter ID. Now, if you just provide your Gmail account, it will not take it. So now you simply need to go to the Microsoft Enter ID, click on home, then search Microsoft Enter ID, and then you just need to go to users, and then you can just simply pick your Gmail account, and it will just show you something, email ID with hashtag external, this thing. So you just need to copy this and just paste it here. Then if you are able to put the password, it's right. Otherwise, just click on forgot password and just set a new password. Then only you will be able to go inside this console. Okay, so when you will be just able to go inside this console, then you will be logging into that console using hashtag email, not with your Gmail account. So while creating a Unity catalog, you just need to keep some things in mind. I will just tell you what's that. And if you are able to do that, it's fine. Again, I'm repeating, if not, just check the video that I just mentioned before as well, the Unity catalog video, so that you can easily do this thing. So this is your account console page of Databricks. And as you can see, when I just click on this, you will see I'm logged in with my hashtag email account. This is not my Gmail account. Okay. So this is your console page. Okay, sorted. So first of all, you simply need, by the way, this is like nothing special which I just need to discuss about this page. This is very like obvious. When you just see the name, it is like self-explanatory, so you do not need to just say, hey Anshlama, can you please give us some brief. It is very simple, bro. Just like workspaces, catalog, and these are the two areas where we just need to do the main stuff. One thing that you can do, simply go to user management. Now I will just tell you how you can just enable that manage account button in your normal Gmail account. So currently, as you can see, many accounts, do not worry. In your case, you will be just seeing this account, like hashtag account. Then you can simply click on add user. Then you can simply put your email account, which is like normal Gmail account. And once you put that Gmail account, then you will be able to see that manage account button that I can see right now here. Yes, because only admins can see this. Okay, so once you put this, click on add user and it's done. Now you do not need to explicitly go every time. Okay, now then you can simply click on this drop down, click on manage account. Sorted. Okay, simply click on cancel. So first of all, we will be creating a catalog. Okay, these are the workspaces, just ignore these. Simply click on catalog. So this is the area where we need to create the meta store first. So simply click on create meta store. Okay, click on create meta store, and now I will just give a name. In your scenario, maybe you will see already a meta store created for you, because Databricks creates a meta store for you, but we do not use that. You can either simply delete that, okay, or you can just create a new. But remember one thing, you can only create one meta store in a location. So you should create a meta store in the different location, or you can just pick the location that I'm picking right now. So I will simply say DLT meta store. Okay, and region I will pick simply UK South. UK South. Okay, then it is asking me to provide ADLS Gen 2 bath. Do you remember we created a meta store container? This is the same thing that we need to just put right now. So what is the container name? It is meta store at the rate. What is the account name? Account name is, let me just check. It is DLT DLT data lake. Okay, DLT data lake. By the way, you can just copy the path from there as well. So it's up to you. Then we just need to say dfs.code.windows.net. Perfect. And just add slash at the end. It is important. Okay, it is very important. Now access connector ID. It is asking us to provide the access connector ID. Now you know why it was required. So in order to just access the data lake, it needs access connector ID. By the way, why it needs the access connector ID and why it needs storage account? So bro, whenever you will be creating the managed data, managed tables, in which we do not manage the data, Databricks manages the data for us, right? So in that particular scenario, it will use this location, it will use this container, which is this one, meta store. Okay, simple. Now I just simply need to pick the access connector ID. Simply click on access connector and click on resource ID. Simple. Paste it here, then simply say create. By the way, you will say Ansh Lamba. Yes, sir. This is optional. Why this is optional? And if it is optional, why we are giving a location? And what will happen if we do not give? Bro. Just hold on, and I will just answer all your questions. So the thing is, when you do not provide the location to your meta store, then whenever you will be creating a catalog, okay, you have to provide the location, which is not a good practice. We should always provide the location at the higher level. Okay, so then you will have a choice. Then you have a choice if you want to give a location to catalog or not. You will have a choice. But otherwise, if you do not provide the location at metastore level, then you have to provide the location at catalog level. So this is the difference, and you should provide location at metastore level every time. Now our metastore is created. It is saying, hey, assign to a workspace. So I will say, okay, just assign this metastore to this workspace. Simply click on this box, then click assign. So it is saying, hey, do you want to enable in Unity catalog? Obviously, bro, that's why we created it. So simply click on enable, and congratulations, your Unity catalog is enabled. Wow, that's it. That's it. We just need to do this stuff in console. That's it. You can simply close it. Then you can simply refresh it. Refresh your Databricks workspace, and I am into catalog button. Right now you can see a lot of stuff, man. Now you can see a lot of stuff. Now you can see this plus sign as well. That means I can create now catalogs as much as I want. See, obviously now you are not able to see add a catalog because our cluster is not ready. So before creating a cluster, we need to create an external location. Why? Because if we want to access data, so now the thing is, let me just explain you. This is very simple. Don't worry. These are just the fundamentals. And if you do not know, do not worry. I will just explain everything. So the thing is, now what we want, now we know that our access connector has the privilege to read and write the data to whole data lake. Okay, simple, very good. Now Databricks wants to read and write the data in this particular container. So for this, we need to define an external location in which we will say, hey Databricks, this is your external location, and you can now freely read and write the data to this particular container, because we have to define the scope till container level only. Okay, sorted, clear, very good. So now we will simply create the external location, and obviously what we will be using, credential. Like credential is your access connector, simple. So just go to catalog, okay, and then you will see external data. Simply click on this. Then instead of clicking on this create external location, first of all click on credential, because first we need to assign the credential. Create credential, credential name. I will simply say Ansh creds. Access connector ID. What is the access connector ID? We just copied it, so I will simply go again and copy it. Resource ID, perfect. Simply paste it here, and it's done. Simply create. So what we are doing here, we are just applying a gift wrapper on top of your access connector, and we are saying, hey, this is your credential, you can just keep it safely. Okay, simple. This is created. Simply click on catalog explorer and click on external data. Now we will create the external location. So click on external location, and what will be the external location name? I will simply say external data or external data lake. Simple. And what will be the URL? This is important. So the URL will be abfss. Okay. Oh, I just added triple S. So then I just need to first write the container name. Container name is raw @ dl_unsh dlt data lake .dfs .core .windows.net. Simple. Now you will say, from where did you get this link? From where did you get this location? So I just remember the syntax. By the way, you can just copy the location from your data lake as well, and you can simply check the endpoints, and then you will see everything here listed. Okay, obviously the link is like location is in the HTTPS form, but Databricks accepts the location in ABFS form. So syntax is simple. This is your container name, this is your data lake or storage account name, this is constant, this is constant. Okay, simple. Then storage credential, we just created uncreds, perfect. Then simply click on create. So it is just creating. User doesn't have credential location metastore DLT metastore. What? User does not have create. Oh, I see. I see. Okay, so this is a small bug that we need to fix. So first of all, we will simply go back to our console page. Really? Yes, really. So this is my console page. So the thing is, I just told you one thing, that this is your hashtag account. So this is the admin. This is the admin of this Unity Metastore. But now what we will do, we will simply go to workspace, simply select your Metastore, and then within this, you will see something. Click on permissions. Then this is the user. This is the admin. Okay, and this is also the admin. And if I just go back to the workspaces, so this is the workspace admin. This is fine. But if you just click on catalog, you will see DLT Metastore. Okay, and then you will see edit button. Click on it. And only this is the admin, bro. This is the admin. But we are just using our Databricks using our normal Gmail account. So now what I will do, I will simply say, make me an admin. Perfect. Save. Oh, I just picked the wrong account. Wait. Uh, az@gmail.com. Perfect. Oops. Yeah, perfect. Now click on save. Now you can just create that. Okay. Now simply click on this and simply click on create. Now you should be able to do that. See, error is gone. By the way, that was not an error. That was just a permission that you need. Okay. Now this is done. Now this is done. Now what we can do, we can simply go to create our cluster because that is the most important stuff. So simply click on compute. Now we will create a compute and click on create compute and simply pick personal compute because you do not need much stuff to process your data. Okay, then Databricks run version, or let's say runtime DRT, you can say anything, just pick 15.4, that is for long time support, right? Then terminate after, simply pick 20. It's fine, it's okay. Then yeah, it's fine, just click on create compute. So now it will just create your cluster behind the scenes. See, it is just creating this thing. So now what will be happening, do you remember we created the managed resource group? So now in that particular managed resource group, Databricks will create the virtual machine for us, which will be behaving as a worker node and driver node. Okay, so that is being done by the Databricks. So say thanks to Databricks. So that is just taking all the overhead and actually improving the efficiency of the work, because we do not need to manage these stuff. We just need to manage our data, our processing, our transformations, and that's it. And that should be the scenario as well. Why we're just taking care of like all those machines, right? That's why we are paying so much to Databricks. Okay, sorted. So I think it will take few minutes because it is just creating the virtual machines, it is just turning on the virtual machines. So far, meanwhile, what we can do, we can just drink some water and you can also have something. So once it is done, I will just get back to you. So our cluster is ready. So as you can see, Ansh Lamba's cluster, obviously in your case it will be different. So our cluster is ready. So now when we can say that our cluster is ready, that means we can do anything within Databricks, anything. Yeah, anything. So just click on workspace, because now we will be creating a workspace. First of all, click on this workspace for one more time, then click on create, then folder. Okay, perfect. I will simply create a folder called DLT tutorial. Okay, perfect. Then click on create, then we will create a notebook. So this will just open a notebook, obviously. Perfect. So this is your Databricks notebook, and we know that our trial will end in 14 days, so just get lost. So first of all, let me just give you a quick overview of the notebooks. It is very simple, by the way. This is your notebook name, and this is the name that you get when you create the notebook. This is the default name. So I will simply say tutorial 1. Okay, perfect. Tutorial 1. Oh, let me just give tutorial 1. Perfect. Now, this is the run all button, which is very handy when you just want to run your whole notebook in one go. Okay, then this is connect button. So this will basically ask you, hey, do you have any available cluster? And it will say yes. So just select that cluster and it will just attach that notebook to that cluster. Okay, so this is a cell, as you would know, and this is the area, this is the workspace, this is the catalog. So I will simply click on it because this is really easy to see all of this stuff. And I will simply close this. Okay, now this is spacious. Now this looks cool. and I can also drag it here as well. So in order to create anything, first of all we need to create a Unity catalog, because we should have a catalog, and then within that we will create a schema. So basically there are two ways to create that, using UI or using your code. Okay, simple. So I can simply say, if I just want to go to catalog, I will simply go to catalog and I will simply say plus new button, and this time I will simply say add a catalog. This time I will say catalog name. So I will say DLT catalog. Makes sense? Yeah. Then it is saying storage location. Now, as you know that we have already created a Unity meta store with location, so this is optional. So I will just leave it. I will simply say create. Perfect. Configure catalog. Yes. So this is your configuration. Everything looks fine. And this is asking me to grant access, and we just have one user, so do not need to worry. Comment, save. Perfect. Okay. Let me just go back to my notebook. Simply click on recents. This time you can just leverage the recents tab because you have something open, right? Okay. So here I will first of all tell you how you can easily change. Who is this man? How you can easily change the languages within the cells. So as you can see, by default language is Python. So if you just click on it, you will see lots of options. My personal favorite combination is Python plus SQL, and I don't know who the F is using this language. I don't know. By the way, markdowns, I love markdowns, because let me show you why. So let's say I want to create a heading. So I will simply say hashtag. Obviously, first of all, I will simply say %MD. That is my magic command for markdown. Okay, then I will simply say Delta Live Tables. Okay, and I will give it heading as H1. H1 means just single hashtag, and then I will simply make it bold. Yes, perfect. Let me just run this. So this is my heading, and that's why I love markdowns, because I can just make my notebook beautiful. It will be so easy to read the code with the comments and headings and subheadings. Okay, so now I will simply say create a schema. Okay, create a schema. So by the way, this should be my configuration. Okay, so if I just refresh this, I can see my DLT catalog. If I just click on drop down, then I can see 3 buttons. Then you can see like open catalog path and so on. And for now, we just have like 2 default schemas. One is default and information schema. Now it's time to create the actual schema. Okay, so how we can do that? Simply say create schema, and this schema will be my raw schema, raw. Okay, raw. And by the way, you cannot simply say raw, you have to assign a catalog as well. So I'll simply say DLT catalog. Perfect. Let me just run this code. So it will simply create a schema for me, and obviously I haven't given any location to the schema. That means it is a managed schema. And again, like all of these things are like discussed in detail in that Unity catalog video, like what are like managed schemas or external schemas. Okay, so I can simply delete this as well. Why? Because I do not need this one single cell. Okay, yeah. Okay, sorted. So what I will do now, I will simply create my source for Delta Live Tables. Obviously we should have a source, right? And what will be our source? It will be a Delta table. So it's time to create a Delta table, and it will be an external Delta table. Okay, so let's create that. So I will simply say %MD, and this time I will simply say creating source. Perfect. And I will simply say create table, and table name will be my, let's say, raw customers. Okay, raw customers, makes sense. Okay, then I will simply define the schema, and ID will be my customer ID, so it will be in int form. Then I will simply say name, it will be in string. Okay, then I will simply say salary, this will also be in int. Yeah, let's say. Then it will be having email. Okay, and email will be in string. Perfect. Now I will simply say using Delta. By the way, this is an optional thing, but I like using it. It promotes readability, and yeah, I love it. Then I will define a location as well, because I love working with external location, external tables, so that I can actually see the data. We can obviously see the data in the managed tables as well by simply going to the managed data lake, but I don't like searching the table names by their IDs. Yuck. So I'll simply say location. Location will be my ABFSS. Okay. Then I will simply say my container name. My container name is raw at the rate Ansh DLT data lake. Okay. dfs.core.windows.net. Perfect, bro. Then I will simply create a folder called raw customers. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. Let me just run this. Let me just run this. Okay. What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? Failure to initialize convocation storage account. What? I think we defined the storage external location, right? Let me just check what's wrong. Unch DLT data lake. So finally the error is resolved. So the thing was there was like just a silly mistake. I was like, what? I just created the storage account. What happened, Rogue? I thought like I just did a mistake in the spelling of the location. I was like confused. Then I got to know I didn't write the catalog name. This one DLT catalog dot row. So when I didn't write this and when I just wrote this raw customer, so it was actually creating this table under default catalog, and obviously we do not have any external location for that particular default catalog. So that was just a silly mistake. And when I just ran this, now our table is created. Okay, obviously we do not have any data. I will simply insert some data in this. Okay, so I will simply say inserting data. Okay, so obviously you can just put any data, bro. Insert into table name, and this time Ansh Lamba just add catalog and everything. Okay, then I will simply say values. So you can just give any values, like you can just put, like I will simply say, oh, this is the thing that I love about Databricks. It just monitors our code in the real time, and it has given me some recommendations. So bro, who is this? So it is just giving us some suggestions. So should I just take these suggestions? Let me just check what columns do I have. I just have 4 columns, and you are giving me values as, first of all, let me just add T. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. No. So what I will do, I will simply provide one value and then Databricks will mimic that. That's why I love Databricks. So 1, then I will simply say name equals to, let's say, John. No man. No man. What name should we give? Let me just pick any random name from my subscribers. Should we? Uh oh bro man, come on. Uh do I remember any name? Okay, let's keep it John. John is a good man. Okay, 1 John, and then salary we can simply say 50. By the way, it's like K, 50K. Oh, let's put 50,000, man. Okay, 50,000, and then email. Email we can simply pick john@gmail.com. Do not email, man. Do not email. Okay, simple. Okay, perfect. Now I think it should just mimic it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's why I love Databricks. Then just mimic third value. Perfect. I want more, bro. Perfect. One more. Perfect. One more. Perfect. Who is Sarah? One more. Tom. Okay, that's it. That's it. That's it. Okay, let me just run this. And before running it, I just need to change the language of my cell. I will simply pick SQL. Obviously, I could have used Markdown or let's say Magic Command. So I wanted to just show you. So now it is inserting some data. Okay, let me just close some more tabs. Actually, I was just looking at the syntax. Like I'm just making some mistake because I just prefer writing the whole syntax by my own, but sometimes obviously I can also make mistakes. So I was just confirming the syntax like dot dfs dot core, but I didn't find anything. Then I got to know, Ansh Lamba, what are you doing, man? So our data is inserted, and let me just show you the data as well. So if I just go to home, and then if I just go to resource group, then I will simply open my storage. Oops, this is not the one. This is the one, Delta Live Tables. So this is the storage account, and this is the container, and then I'll simply open raw, and within raw we have a folder called raw customers. Okay, simply open it. Perfect. This is my data. This is my data. And what is the table name? Table name is raw customers. Perfect. So as you can see, the data is already in the delta format, and obviously you should know what is delta format. Okay, so this is your data which is actually in the Parquet format, and this is the delta log which is actually holding all of your transactions. So again, if you want to learn Delta Lake in detail, then definitely you should just watch the video coming on the screen. It is like Delta Lake full course which has covered everything related to Delta Lake. If I have the book, yeah, I have that book. So I just referred this book, Delta Lake Up and Running. So this particular video is like purely based on this one, and you will find a lot of knowledge. Okay, so this is your data. Now our source is ready. Our source table is ready. I can also show you the data as well. When I simply say select asterisk from DLT catalog dot raw customers. Oh come on, man. Oh come on, man. Let's just run this. Then you will see you have like 7 records. Okay, and you are all set, man. Your source is ready. This is your source table. Okay, perfect. So this particular tutorial one, or I can just rename it as, let's say, source, or I can simply say one source. So we have prepared our source. Our source is ready. Our source is delta table. Okay, so now let's create our first DLT pipeline, and I will just show you what is that as well. So now it's actually time to implement the DLT solution. So it's time to actually look at Delta Live Tables. So in short form, we call it as DLT, and by the way, it is known as Delta Live Tables. So basically, just to remove your confusion, DLT aka Delta Live Tables are not exactly tables. It is a kind of framework. Okay, it is a kind of, it's cold here, that's why I have just put on my hoodie cap. So it is a kind of declarative ETL framework. By the way, just forget the name declarative. Just remember ETL framework. Obviously, you know what is ETL framework, in which we just define so many activities, in which we just define tasks related to extract, transform, load. Similarly, DLT is also an ETL framework. But what is so special in ETL framework, aka DLT? And we have workflows within Databricks, then why we need to use DLT? Genuine question, genuine. So the thing is, when we use Databricks workflow, what Databricks workflows, we need to manage everything. But in case of DLT, I know this is similar to Databricks workflows, but this is not exactly same, and this is not an alternative to Databricks workflow. Databricks workflows are different. DLT tables or Delta Live tables are different. So when we need to create an ETL framework, or let's say I just want to create an ETL pipeline, and I do not want to actually take care of these steps that will be that will be performed behind the scenes. I just want to tell my ETL pipeline, hey, just do this task, and that's it. That means I am interested in just defining the tasks, but not actually implementing it or actually maintaining them. So this is known as declarative framework, in which we just need to declare the framework. That's it. We do not need to actually take care of the tasks. So who will take care of it? Obviously Databricks. Okay, I know you haven't got everything in DLT right now because I have just started. This is just the definition, bro. This is just the definition. So let me just complete the definition. It is also written that simply define the transformations. As I just said, simply declare your definitions. Just simply define the definitions, or let's say definitions for transformations to perform on your data, and DLT let DLT pipelines automatically manage everything for you. Orchestration, transformation, changes, everything, bro. Cluster management, obviously. Monitoring, data quality. This is amazing. This is amazing. Data quality checks as well. Yes, it will take care of your data quality checks as well, or you can just say the constraints that we used to apply in the traditional databases. So we can just apply constraints as well, and I will just show you everything, bro. I have everything. I just wanted to use this visual to explain you what are delta live tables and the best definition that I could use for delta live tables. And obviously, Delta Lake is the backbone of Delta Live Tables. Why? Because it will be dealing with delta tables at the end, because DLT is a framework, but at the end you will get some tables, right? You will get some tables. So DLT is purely built on top of Delta Lake, and we do not have much stuff on this page. By the way, this is the documentation page that you can refer. Now, let me just tell you what exactly we have in Delta Live Tables as compared to streaming. Okay, so this is the comparison of DLT pipelines with Spark structured streaming. As you know that we have Spark structured streaming as well. So why do we need to use DLT pipelines? Obviously, these options are exactly same, but data flow orchestration will be automatic. That means we do not need to actually build the pipeline. No, all those arrows, all those orchestration workflows, everything will be done automatically by DLT. Okay, then data quality checks, as I just mentioned, that we get the option to apply the constraints on the top of the tables, that will be also automated. Then error handling and failure recovery, that will be also automated. And obviously CI/CD version control, it is also automated. So all these manual tasks are eliminated by DLT. That's why everyone is talking about DLT right now, and you will get to know everything practically as well. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. Then we do not have much stuff on this page. Okay, so now we can just say this is just about the theory behind Delta Live Tables. Now in Delta Live Tables, we have two options to use. One is Python and second is SQL. I personally prefer Python, and if you personally prefer SQL, you can just make a switch like this. It's not much difficult, but Python is much more easier to understand if you're just understanding, let's say, Delta Live Tables. So we will just continue our journey with Python. Okay, so we will just take care of everything using Python from now onwards. Okay, so now let me just tell you what exactly we have Delta Live Tables like in within Delta Live Tables. So basically we have three things. We have three. Let me just show you. So I am here on another documentation page. So here I will just show you the components of Delta Live Table. So basically there are three components. Let me just show you. So the three components are, first of all, the streaming table. Streaming table. So streaming table is nothing, just like whenever you just stream something, like let's say you are just using streaming tables with Delta Lake, so we would just call them as like Delta streaming tables. So if you already know like streaming table in Delta Lake, then obviously you would know like what is a streaming table. If not, then obviously you can just check my video of Delta Lake right now, and obviously it will just give you all the information in the world of Delta Lake, and I hope that you know. And even if you do not know, just treat it as a streaming table and we will just check the syntax. Do not need to worry. Okay, so next thing that we have is materialized view. So basically, if you do not know what are materialized views, so materialized view is a view that holds the query but as well as the result of that query at that moment. So basically it's a view, but it will just hold the data as well, and it is very like common in the world of SQL as well. We use materialized views. And the third thing is like views. Views are like normal views that just hold the queries. That's it. That's it. So these are the building blocks of Delta streaming, Delta Live Tables. That's it. Streaming table, materialized view, and views. We do everything in the world of Delta Live Tables with the help of these three objects, with these three components. That's it. We do not have anything else. We do not have. By the way, we have like two things of views. First thing is normal views, and second thing is like streaming views. And again, like views are views, it will just hold the query. So we will just discuss everything in detail. Do not worry. Then pipeline, don't worry, it will just create the pipeline for us. And how do Delta Live Tables datasets process data? So as I just told you that these are like three objects and don't need to worry, I will just tell you everything in detail. Then we just need to go here at the end. It is Delta Live Tables using SQL and Python. So we will be covering this one because we want to cover it with Python. Okay, and if you want to just learn with SQL, it's same thing. There's no difference with in performance. So just click on this Python language reference and it will just take you to the documentation page where you will just see everything. And do not worry, Do not feel overwhelmed by looking at the code, because I will just tell you everything in detail, so do not worry, do not worry, do not worry. So these are like some of the examples given by the Databricks, like how we can just use Delta Live Tables. And I know it is like looking so messy right now. Do not worry, do not worry. I'll just tell you everything. I just wanted to just show you the documentation page so that you can just go and refer if you want to. And let me just go back to my workspace. Okay. So in order to create a new, let's say, Delta Live Table pipeline, we just, oh, my cluster is stopped. Let me just start it. So I will simply go to workspace. Okay. And then I will go to my workspace, and this is DLT tutorial. Then this is one source. I will create another one and I will call it as 2DLT. Okay. 2DLT. Simple. Ah, 2DLT. Perfect. So this is my second notebook, and obviously my cluster is spinning right now, so it will just take few minutes, I guess, to just start. And meanwhile I can just prepare my notebook. Do not need to worry, because the thing is, actually, let me just tell you. So I think there's no need to just start it. Let me just terminate it. Why Anshlama, why? I will tell you, don't worry, don't worry. So the thing is, in Delta Live Tables, when we just need to run the notebook, because obviously we'll be creating a notebook, right? We'll be just writing all the code in the notebook, and we will run that notebook. We cannot see the output using all purpose cluster. That means like this regular cluster that we use. Really? Yes, really. We cannot use this cluster. If we want to see the output, we have to create a new cluster. It is called job cluster. Okay, so we will be creating a job cluster, and before that we just need to write the code, and then we can actually use that. Okay, so yeah, it is good if it is terminated, so I'm happy. Okay, so now we can just write the code. So first of all, I will simply create a markdown, and I will simply say uh let's say DLT pipeline, and we are just going to create our first pipeline, which will be very simple. Okay, which will be very simple, and I will, let me just show you the flow, what exactly we need to do. We have a source. Okay, this is our source, which is raw customers. Okay, that we just created. Sort. This is our source. Let me just create a line. Okay, then I will create three objects. Okay, one will be for bronze. Okay, second will be for silver. Okay, and third one will be for gold. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. So I will be creating one bronze, one silver, and one gold. Okay, okay, sorted. So what this will do, this will just take the data. Okay, obviously, because in the bronze layer we do not make any changes. Then in the silver layer I will make some changes, or I can just add a column if I want. Okay, then in the gold I will create an aggregated version of it. Simple. That is like fundamentals of ETL. But here what I will do, I will create here streaming table. Okay, then for this streaming table, on top of it I will create a view in silver. Okay, normal view, not materialized view, just normal view. Then in the gold, or let's do reverse, I will first create the okay, let's do it like this. Okay, I will first create streaming table, then I will create a view. Okay, and then I will create a streaming table for one more time in the gold. Like I like, we can create materialized view as well here in this step, so do not need to worry. But for now we will just create view. We will just cover all these scenarios, don't worry. So I will simply stream this data. Okay, then I will create a view, and then I will create a streaming table, or let's create materialized view, because you will say, hey, we want to create materialized view, blah blah blah. Okay, let's create materialized view here. Okay, so we will be covering all the three different objects within the single pipeline. Okay, So let's do that, and I will just show you how you can just build that. Okay, so first of all, I will simply write DLT pipeline. Okay, so now it's time to write bronze, and this will be a streaming table so that we would know. Okay, let me just run it. So now, in order to create a streaming table, what exactly we need to do? We need to use a decorator, a Python decorator. Okay, so what we need to say, we will simply say at the rate, let me just increase the size a little bit, or I think it's fine. Yeah, DLT dot table. Okay, this is a Python decorator that we need to use. Okay, now we have an option to provide the name, to our table, that is our bronze table. Okay, so now we have two options basically. If I just say name equals to, let me show you the code as well, like along the notebook. So if you just go above, and here you will see this is your DLT dot table, and do not need to worry about all the other parameters like comment, this, blah blah blah. This is the main thing, name. Perfect. So if you just provide the name, obviously when you're just creating any table, you would need to provide the name. Makes sense, right? Okay, I will simply call it as customers or bronze customers. Okay, so that I would know this is a bronze table or like customers in bronze layer. Okay, this is the thing. This is fine. Okay, perfect. Now I have created my decorator. Okay, now hey bro, do not give us spoilers, just go away. So now we will create a function in Python. Okay, I will simply say def. These are the like fundamentals of Python if you do not know. Def, then I would put any function name, any. I will simply say my function. Okay, but here's a twist. Just see, now you need to buckle up and you need to be focused throughout the period, because now you cannot afford to be distracted. Okay, so def my function. If I do not say anything here, let's say I remove these braces and I do not write anything, then whatever my function name will be, will become my table name, and I follow this strategy. I do not provide any table name here when I write dlt.table. I do not. I prefer writing my function name with that. Let's say I want to give bronze customers. So choice is yours. You can follow both the ways. Okay. Very good. Very good. Very good. Now within this function, we need to create a data frame. Simple, that we create every time. And what will be the code? It's simple, spark dot read stream. Now why read stream? Because this is a streaming table. This is a streaming table. And on which source we are creating streaming table? If you know, very good. So I will simply say read stream dot table, because I do not need to provide the path and all. Okay, so spark stream dot table. Then I will simply say dlt catalog dot raw dot raw customers. This is my table name, raw customers. This is my table name that is there. I can just show you. Let me just collapse it. This is my catalog. This is my DLT catalog. This is my raw schema. And this is my table. Simple. I want to create my streaming table on top of this table. Simple. This will create the streaming table. Very good. What it will do, it will just return the df. Why? Because in the bronze layer, we do not want to make any transformations. We do not. This is not advised by anyone. So I will simply run this. What will happen? What will happen? Nothing will happen, because we do not have any cluster. By the way, even if we would have the cluster, it would not show anything. It would not run anything. It will just show, hey, your code is fine, but I cannot show you the output. Just go away. Okay, so we can just interrupt it. We do not need to run this. Here now I can simply say silver view, because this is a view. Okay, perfect. So now we will just simply create a view, and in order to create a view, you have to use dlt dot view. There's a different decorator for it. Okay, now same things, same way you will just create a DEF and then you will simply say silver customer. Thank you for helping me, Databricks. Okay, now what you will do, this is interesting. Now you know that what is my source? What Santosh Pike joined the group. Okay. So now you will say, hey, what is my source for view? Because for bronze, raw customers is my source. Now for my silver table, this table should be my source, but like this one, but this is not created. This is not created now. So how you will just use it? Let me just show you. It is very simple. So simply write df equals spark dot read dot table. This time I will not use read stream because this is a view. This is not a streaming view. Okay, then I will simply use a keyword. It's called live. Okay, live means we are referring the table that is being created from this particular notebook, that is from this particular DLT pipeline. This is the keyword live. Okay, when I use live, then I can refer to any table which is being created inside this DLT pipeline. Okay, I will simply say bronze customers. Wow, perfect, perfect. Now as I just mentioned that I will just add something just to show you the transformation. So what I will say, I will simply say df equals df. Bro, it is reading my mind. Let me just say tab. Okay, so I will not cast my column, by the way, or let's cast it. It's good. I think it's already. Hey, by the way, we do not have customer ID. Don't read my mind. Okay, so what I will do, I will add one column. I will simply say flag. Okay, and what will be the value of that flag? I will simply say lit new. Okay, and if you know PySpark, you know this, that we cannot use lit directly. We have to import the libraries. So we will quickly say from PySpark .sql.functions import asterisk from PySpark.sql.types import asterisk. Simply run this. Oh, by the way, this will not be running. So let's just write it, but do not run it. Okay. So I will simply add this column and then I will simply say return df. Perfect, 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 perfect. Okay, just run this. Obviously, this will not be running, so just write it. Okay, now the next code. I will simply say, now I know that you are understanding what the things that we discussed before in the definitions. Now you will see the pipeline as well. Don't worry, bro. So I will simply say gold, and this will be a matte view, or let's say materialized view. Same thing. So I will simply run this, and this time I will simply say at the rate dlt dot table. Now, why we need to give table instead of dlt dot view? Because this is a view. No, I know this is a view, but materialized views actually hold the data as well. So this time we will simply be saying dlt dot table. Okay, simple, sorted, sorted, sorted. So I will simply say def and obviously gold table, or let's say gold customers. Gold customers. Okay, gold customers, and this time I will simply say df equals, this time you know what you need to use. Yes, you need to use live keyword. Spark dot read dot table. Do not use stream, do not use stream, because if you would use stream, this will become a streaming table. But if you do not use stream, this will become a mat view. That is the only difference in the mat views and streaming table when we are just writing the syntax. That's it. So just be very careful. Okay. And by the way, we cannot use mat view or just a view for our streaming source. I will just cover all those scenarios. Do not worry. Do not worry, bro. Do not worry. Do not worry. Just let me like complete this code. Then I will just make so many tweaks, so many scenarios, so that you can understand everything in the world of Delta Live Tables. Okay. So I'll simply say this one, and I will make some aggregations. Let's say df equals and df dot um, hmm, what columns do we have? I think we have ID, right? ID and salary. Okay, let me just do one thing. I can simply, but we have unique numbers. Okay, okay, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Oh, it's fine. So what we can do? We will simply say df dot group by, okay, group by, and then I will simply say on which column I need to apply group by, on ID column. And what do I need? I will simply say AGG, and then I will simply say max of flag dot alias. Yes, let's do this. I know the result will be same, but I just wanted to just do some aggregations. Then I will simply say return df. Perfect. Obviously I cannot run this. Our pipeline is ready, by the way. Yes, it is ready. It is ready. Nice, nice, nice. It is ready. So now the thing is, in order to run this pipeline, you simply need to click on first these three bars. Then you will simply go to Delta Live Tables. Okay. So once you click on this Delta Live Tables, then you will simply say create pipeline. Okay. Very good. Now you need to name this pipeline. So I will simply say, this is our first pipeline, right? So I will simply say first DLT, so that we would know, okay, this is our first pipeline, this is our second pipeline. Okay. Then product edition, we will simply pick advanced, and then pipeline mode triggered. We do not need to just continuously run this, so triggered is fine. Just do as it is I'm doing, otherwise you will be facing errors, and then you will be saying, hey, I'm facing this error, hey, I'm facing that error. No, bro, this is really critical. Okay. Then path, we do not need to just worry about anything. Just click on this folder button, and we do not need to type anything. It will just pick everything. So I will simply click on DLT tutorial and this one, 2DLT. Hey, 2DLT. Let's give 2DLT here then. I know it is first, but I have given 2 because it was at the second position. Yeah, so this is the notebook. Then which option you need to pick? We will be picking Unity Catalog, because this is the future and we do not need to work with the legacies code. Then catalog, obviously we have a catalog, DLT catalog. What is a target schema? What is a target schema? We do not have any schema, so we will create a new schema, and I will simply create new schema. I can say um, schema 2. Yeah, schema 2. Why? Because we'll be just creating new schema every time, because I want to just include so many scenarios. Okay. Then compute type, this is important. Compute type, obviously cluster policy none. Then enhanced auto scaling, no. We will simply say fixed size. And what will be the number of worker nodes? It will be only one. Okay. And do not take on use photon acceleration. And then, by the way, photon acceleration is a kind of C++ compiler that they have added during the runtime, and it makes your code run faster. So if you do not know about that, so I just wanted to highlight this as well. Then if you just go here in the worker type, this is really important. Why? Bro, here is the thing. If you are using your free account, or let's say your normal account, you have a limited quota. Which quota? Course quota, number of cores. And normally we get 10 cores. Okay. And every node usually have minimum 4 cores. Usually 4 cores. Okay. So this will take total 8 cores. How? Because one worker node and one driver node. So your 8 cores will be busy. So now here's the thing. After running this DLT pipeline, if you want to use your all purpose cluster or like any other cluster, you have to first terminate this cluster. Have to. How? I will just show you. It is very easy. You do not need to kill your cluster, but you need to turn it off, because only then you can use that your all purpose cluster, because that particular cluster will also have one machine, and that will also have 4 cores. So how many cores there will be running? It will be 12. Do you have 12 cores? No, you just have 10 cores. So this is the drawback of the accounts that were created earlier. I don't know if they have increased the quota for the new accounts, but I have this limitation. I just have 10 cores. I can increase it. I just need to raise a request. So I will do it very soon. I hope so. But do not need to worry if you also have like just 10 cores. So this is the workaround. For that, we will be just first turning it off, and then we just need to go back. It is fine in case we are learning. So you do not need to worry. And yeah. So worker type, you have to select this one. You have to, because if you will pick this one, 8 cores, it will not be running your DLT pipeline. Why? Because 8 cores plus 8 cores, it will become 16, and you do not have 16 cores, bro. So just pick this one. v2, and then same thing v2. Only then you will be able to do that. So simply click on create. Everything is fine. Yeah, simply click on create. So now it will automatically create a pipeline for you. Okay, not now. We need to pick which mode you want to use, development or production. I will simply pick development. Why? Because in production mode, it will kill your cluster, or it will just turn your cluster off once the flow is completed. But in development, it will keep on running so that you can just make some changes, so that you can just make, like, do so many stuff. And I want to make changes. Yes. What are those changes? I will just tell you after running the pipeline, so that I can just clear all your doubts. And there are like so many scenarios. Don't worry, bro. It is just the beginning. So I will just keep it in development mode, and then I will just turn it off when I need to just show you something. Okay. Okay, sir. Sorted. Okay. So I'll simply click on start. So initially, it takes at least 5 to 6 minutes to create the cluster. So job clusters take time. So you have to wait for like 5 to 6 minutes. And I will also wait. And once it is done, I will just show you what do I get. Okay. So meanwhile, I will have my shake. We'll be back soon. So 5 minutes are over. So now let me just check my mic. So now it can just create. Now you can see like it is waiting for the resources. Actually, it took a lot of time to actually create the resources, and I'm so sure that my resources will be ready in few more seconds. And once my resources are ready, I will just show you how it will just create the pipeline for you. And then you need to take out your notebook, because I will be covering so many questions that can be asked in your interviews. Plus, it is not like just about the interviews, it is about your understanding. Because when you will be actually creating this pipeline for the first time, your mind will be full of questions. And trust me, bro, when I was learning this thing, I was like, hey, how did this happen? Okay, what will happen if we do this? Okay, what will happen if we do this? What will happen if we do that? So I feel you. I know you will be having all these types of questions. So I'm going to cover all those queries, all those questions. So as you can see, my resources are completed. See, now it is initializing. So now you should expect a flow, automated flow. I will not create any pipeline. It will create the pipeline for me. By the way, what is the biggest and let's say advantage of DLT over streaming, or let's say workflows? We are creating streaming tables. But did you just observe? Did I give any checkpoint location anywhere? Did I give any schema location anywhere? Did I give anything? No, no. I do not need to even manage my checkpoint location. So it will be managing everything for me. Everything, everything. So now it is saying setting up tables. So now it will just create the flow. Bro, we have the flow. We have the flow. So now it is running this one. And if we see any errors, do not feel sad, because obviously we just wrote our code without executing anything. So do not need to worry. We will fix it. Do not feel sad. By the way, we do not have any errors. Wow, man. Wow. This ran successfully. Now this is running. Hey, Ansh, how you are seeing all these things? Bro, it is just in front of me. See, now it is running this one. Okay, please run successfully. I don't care. Just give me the errors. I don't care, bro. Okay, so now, by the way, my pipeline ran successfully. Okay. Now you can see it first ran this one, bronze customers, then it ran silver customers, then it ran gold customers. And if I just zoom a little bit, you will see the uh, icons as well. See, this is your streaming table in which streams can be seen. This is a view in which goggles can be seen. This is a mat view in which thunderbolt can be seen. So just remember these symbols. Okay, so this is my pipeline. Wow. Now you would be saying, hey, we want to just see the output. Wait, baby, wait. I will just show you everything. Before that, I just want to show some of the amazing stuff. Because obviously, if I just want to see my tables, I just need to terminate this one first, and then I'll be going there. It will take 2 to 3 minutes. So I want to make sure every change, and then I will turn it off, and then I will go back to that cluster and I will show you everything, everything. Okay. So now, as you can see, my cluster is still on. How? Because it is running in development mode. Okay. So now, if I just go back to this show events, I will simply click on it and it will just show me all the events, obviously. Then if I just go back to my notebook, okay, let me just click on recents. Then let me just click on this DLT notebook this time. Okay. Now what I will do, Now I can just attach my cluster. Really, I'm not talking about job cluster. Sorry, I'm not talking about all purpose cluster. I'm talking about job cluster. Simply click on it. Then you will see Delta Live Tables is green. Wow. So this is your compute that you can use, and simply click on connect. What this will do, this will connect my job cluster with this one. Now I can run all these things cell by cell, and I can actually see the output by clicking on validate button. Okay. Okay. Sorted. First of all, first of all, first of all, let's say, let's say, bro, just move this button. Okay. Okay. This is the flow. Let's say, and you will now observe the power of DLT. Let's say you created this gold customers. Okay. Now you are saying, hey, I do not like the name of this table. Can you please rename it? I would say, what? Because obviously, if we are not building DLT pipelines, it will be such a mess if you will ask me to rename my table. It is so messy, and it is possible, but you need to do a lot of steps, right? A lot of steps. But do you know what you need to do in DLT? Can you expect? Can you imagine? Let me show you. Okay. If I want to, let me just, bro, I'm serious, bro. It is so easy. So, and after this, you're gonna learn. You're gonna love DLT. So, what I will do? You asked me, hey Ansh, please change the table name. And obviously, in the real world, you know it is such a hectic task if you want to rename the table. Okay, I will simply write alter table, this, and all. You know what I will do here? Let's say you could told me just rename it as like total customers, or let's say ag customers. It's like aggregated customers. Okay, what I will do, I'll simply go here and I will simply say AGG customers, and that's it. No, Ansh, you are lying. It cannot be so easy. It cannot. Bro, it is easy. Let me just click on validate. Let me just show you. Let me just show you. Now it will not take much time. Do not worry, because our cluster is turned on. So it will just skip the second step, that is waiting for resources. See, it is done. Now it will initialize everything. Okay. And now you will see the magic. Now you will see the magic. So it is just initializing everything, and then it will just create the graph for you. And don't worry, I will just show you the inner workings as well. So this is fine. This is fine. This has not run the pipeline, but this is saying, bro, you do not have any errors. This time I will say, if I do not have any errors, then simply start it, because my data fam wants to see that data. Okay, in the new table. Not new table, like just the table with a different name, right? Okay. We didn't know like it can be so easy. Yes, it is so easy. Yes. So it is just initializing, and then obviously it will just set up the tables, and then yeah. That's why it is so important that you run your DLT pipeline when you are developing in the development mode, because you can just make changes in the real time and you do not need to wait every time for 6 to 7 minutes. I know it's a hectic task, but do not worry. So see. Now what is the table name? What is the table name? Just tell me, what is the table name? What is the table? What is the table name? It is called Gold Ag Customers. What? It has just renamed it. Yes, it has just renamed it. That's why it is called Declarative ETL Framework. You just need to declare it, bro. Ansh Lamba, we want proof. Okay, sir, ma'am, I will give you the proof. I'll simply go here, Delta Catalog. I will simply show you the schema too. That is our schema for this DLT pipeline. I'll simply click on this drop down. Boom, boom. You have bronze customers. You have gold, agree, AGG customers. It has just renamed it. It has just renamed it, bro. It has just renamed it. By the way, you cannot see view because this is not a stored data. This is just a stored query. Okay. Ansh, this is insane. What else we can do? I will show you. Let's say you asked me that, hey, I do not want to perform any aggregation. I do not want to do anything. I do not want any transformation. Just remove that column. I do not want that column. What I will do? I will simply comment it out. That's it. What? You do not need to apply those statements like drop like column or remove column or like delete column. Nothing. You do not need to apply alter command. No, really. This is, I doubt it. You cannot do this because this is a table. This is a table. Okay, I can just simply click on validate. I can just show you. I can just show you. I can just show you. By the way, this is just the beginning, bro. This is just the beginning. Let's see what else we have. See, this is validated. I will simply click on start now and I will just show you. I will just show you. Ansh, this is unreal. I know, bro. This is unreal. This is not unreal. This is now real. And that is why DLT is the future. DLT is the future. By the way, DLT is built on top of Apache Spark. So this is a kind of, you can say, a new player we have in the market. And yeah, yeah. See, now it is running my flow. It is running this one. This is running this one. Now this is running this one. Gold, act customers. Run, 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 run. Perfect. What? This was amazing. This was amazing, Ansh. I know. So now, let's talk about some insider talks. Really, really. So what do I mean? Obviously, that doesn't make any sense that this is not magic, right? This is not magic. Data is being written somewhere else. We know this. So Ansh, we need to just learn, we just need to know what exactly is happening behind the scenes. Let me just tell you what exactly is happening behind the scenes. Okay. So let me just tell you. So let's keep it everything like this. Let's go to the catalog explorer. Okay. So this is my catalog explorer. Just go away, bro. This is my catalog explorer. I will simply click on DLT catalog. Then I'll simply click on schema 2. Now you will see these two tables. We know that, like gold ag customers and bronze customers. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, now what I will do, I will simply click on details. Okay, and then I will get something very good. This is the thing that I want. Schema ID. Okay. So when I go here inside the schema ID, I will actually see these two tables. Obviously, like if you just click on this bronze customers and then if you just click on details, you will get the table ID. So just remember, let me just go to the storage account so that you can just see as well what I'm talking about. So I will simply go to RG Delta Live Tables. Okay, and this is my data lake that we are using, right? Go to containers and go to Metastore because it is using this container to store everything. Let's go inside this. Let's raid. Okay, so this is your catalog. These are your tables. These are your tables. Wow. These are your tables. So let me just show you something special. Okay. So these are my real tables that we are referring right now. Okay. And do you know what it actually did behind the scenes when I just renamed this table? What do you think? What it actually did? So actually it created a new table for me. What? Yes, it created a new, new table for me. Yeah. So it created a new table for me and it called it as gold ag customers. So what it did with the previous table, it basically tombstoned it, or let's say it marked it as not used or unused. Really? How do you know this? Because Databricks called me and just told me. Oh, come on, man. Okay. Let me just tell you, how do I know? Okay, these are your like normal tables. And if I just want to check the, let's say schema ID, this is my schema ID. And if I just want to go to bronze customer, this is my table ID. Okay. Now I will simply go to Databricks internals. That is the reality. Click on this. Okay, then click on this for one more time because this is the schema and inside schema we have tables. What the? Why do we have three tables? Yes, that's what I was talking. This is your bronze table. This is your gold customer that you created earlier. But when you actually renamed it, it created a new table for you, baby. It created a new table for you. So it didn't just renamed it, it created a new table for you. But what it did then, It just mapped this new table with this particular object in the schema that we can see normally. Wow. And if you just click on this table and then if you just click on details, by the way, I know I'm just explaining this stuff in detail because I want to, because I want you to learn everything. Okay. This is the like real knowledge that you should get. And now you're getting it. So I'm happy. Okay. So now if I just click on this details, I will see this table ID and you will find exact table ID in this folder. See FBD, this one. So this is your gold customers table, the actual table customers that you created earlier. And this is the new one. And this is the details. And this is the ID OEEE. And this is the one. See the timestamp as well. It's like 321. So it is the latest one. So this is the new table. Okay. 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 So if you just click on it and if you just click on Delta log, you should just see like everything in the latest log file as well. So if I just expand it, I will just show you the JSON file. And then if you just click on edit. Oh, yeah. So now, as you can see, if I just check the changes, okay, so this should have that particular change. So this is the first file. Okay. Yeah. So here you can see like all the things are written here when we actually created this table, or let's say we renamed this table. So these are like all the transactions that are written in this particular table. So now you know where actually it is making the changes. Actually, it is doing all those stuff that you would be doing using your coding, using your Delta Lake code. But now it is saying, hey, you do not need to do anything. Just tell me, I will do it for you. So you are not actually seeing those things, but all these steps are actually the same that you would do if you would be at his place. Now you got it? Very good. This is just the beginning, bro. You have already fallen in love with DLT. So move on, move on. No, bro, no, don't move on, bro. Move ons are hard, really hard. So now, Anshama, focus on this thing. Okay. So now what we'll be doing? Now I will just ask you one simple question and just take your take notes on these questions, because now it's time to actually discuss those things. Okay, because I wanted to show you the stuff, the real stuff, before actually doing anything. So I will simply go to recents. Okay, and I will simply click on my, where's my notebook? Where's my notebook? Yeah, here it is. Okay, I hope that my cluster is alive. Yes, yes, thank you. Now if I want to make one change, okay, what's that change? If I want to create view here, okay, normal view, not a streaming table, and then if I create streaming table, basically I want to reverse these steps. Like I want to create view first on top of my uh, raw data, okay, and then I want to create a streaming table on top of this view. What will happen? What will happen? Let me just tell you what will happen. Okay, Ansh Lamba, why you want to do this? So that you can learn, bro. Okay, so what I will do, I will simply say dlt.view, or not even view. Let's create a matte view. Let's create a matte view. Okay, I want to create a matte view. So instead of creating streaming table, I will simply say stream.table, and this is my raw customers. And obviously this time we need to just rename it because this is a new table. So I'll simply say raw customers matte. Okay, so this is my matte table. Now this time this will be a matte table. Okay, and instead of view, I want to create a streaming table. Can I do that? Just do it. Okay, so now I will simply say dlt.table because this is a streaming table. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. And by the way, Ansh Lamba, you need to change name here. Oh yeah, baby. Matt. Then here it will be a stream. Okay, everything else will be same. We just need to add Matt here. Okay, perfect. Do not get confused, bro. This is very simple. I'm just changing the type of object. I'm just using here streaming table, or sorry, view, and then I'm just using a streaming table on top of that mat view. Okay, do not get confused. Then rest of the stuff will be same, and this mat view will be built on top of streaming table. It's fine, it's fine. Is it fine? Okay, then obviously we need to use here stream. Okay, so now I will simply click on validate, and you will see something. Let me show you. You will see something. Actually, I made all these like combinations of questions like before actually doing anything, so that you can learn. Okay, this is a mat view. How this can be a mat view? I just created a streaming table, bro. I created a streaming table. Oh, I forgot to write stream. That's why I was like, how it can run? How it can run, bro? Just throw us some errors. Okay, so now it is validating it. So yeah, I was saying that I just created these combinations of things that can we do this, can we do that, out of curiosity. So now I want to just show you that curiosity, Okay, okay, okay. So as you can see, there are no errors. Interesting. So let me just click on start. Obviously it will be running fine, but Anshu was saying that you will be seeing errors. I will show you some errors. Wait. This is just the first iteration. First iterations are fine. First iteration was like easy to go. Then you will see this will work. Obviously this will work, and this will create a mat view, then a streaming table, and then a mat view on top of streaming table. Makes sense, makes sense, makes sense, makes sense. Okay, so it is just setting up my tables. Okay, quick baby. Okay, so yeah, first step is running right now, mat view, and it is just bringing all the records that are, I think, 7. Makes sense. And streaming table will read 7 records. Makes sense. And we should see, by the way, Anshlamba, where it is written. So this is the thing. See, 7 records. Here 7, and mat view will read 7 records, obviously, because it will just have like 7 records. Okay, perfect. Everything ran fine. Okay, Anshlamba, just rerun this pipeline for one more time. Okay. Now you will see something. I didn't make any change, by the way. I didn't make any change. I just rerun my pipeline, and I want to just show you something. I didn't make any change. I'm just repeating that. I didn't make any change. So it is just initializing it. Okay. Then. Setting up tables. Nice. So now it is running mat view. It will run fine. It will just bring 7 records again. Then it will fail this step. Streaming table. Show us some. Yeah! Woohoo! Astrologer Anshlamba. I'm not an astrologer, bro. So the thing is, why did it happen? And Anshlamba, wait. Hold on. It ran fine in the first run. It failed in the second run. If there would be some error, why it didn't catch in the first run? Okay, bro. Hold on. This is the condition. That's why I told you, just take out your notebook and just start writing now, because Anshlamba is saying something important. Okay, so streaming table. Whenever you are using streaming table, you have to keep one thing in your mind, that you will always be using a source which will be an append only source. I'm just repeating. If you want to use streaming table, your source should be an append only source. Mat view is not an append only source. No, you cannot append anything, because every time it will just bring all the records. That is a property of a view. It will just query everything that is there in the data. So that is not an append only source. Okay, so here, what is the best fix here? If you just want to apply a fix, like what we can do then? So there are two ways. Either you can create a streaming table for your source, like for your first step, or you can create a streaming view. Yes, you can create a streaming view, because streaming view is also like running a query. Obviously it is also just querying the source every time, but it is a streaming view. It is not querying all the data every time. Okay, so you can use streaming views as your like first step, or as your source for streaming table. Sorted. So I will just make a fix here, and then you will see that it will work. Okay, so what I will do, I will simply change the bronze table, and I will simply create a stream view. So I can simply say str view. Okay, And this time, in the silver table, I will keep everything same, but I just need to rename my table because this table was using this view first, and now I have just changed the source. So I will just change the table name, and this time it will be a stream table. Stream table, same thing. Okay, and this is my stream view, str view. Perfect. Then in the gold, obviously we can just change the name. It's fine. We can simply say new gold ag customers new. Okay, and then my source for this will be uh stream table new, I guess. What name we will give here? Yeah, silver customer stream table. Perfect. Let me just run it. Let me just first validate it. Okay, Ansh Lamba, now you have to run this pipeline 2 times because we need to confirm it. Okay bro, okay, no worries, I will just run this 2 times, no worries. So it validated it. So let's click on start. Okay, let's click on start. Tum. I know you are loving DLT a lot, and you should. By the way, you need to play a lot with DLT, then only you will understand it. So, and I have specifically put so much of efforts and just put all the curious questions that I had at that time, and I'm just trying to explain and cover all those questions so that you can just learn everything, because in the interviews you can expect anything, anything, right? Anything. And you should have like deep knowledge, and when you have deep knowledge, only then you can excel. Perfect. So now it is running streaming table. Okay, then it is running. Hey, why it is creating a matte view? I created a, oh man, I didn't change the definition. My bad. I just need to type here view, and I just need to say read stream. Okay, let me just make this change. My bad. Don't worry. Then again, I need to just change the name. Stream view new. It's fine, man. It's fine. And I will simply say new. Here as well, new. And here as well, I will simply say new. It's fine, yeah. It's fine. Stream table new without underscore. Okay, let me just validate it. So that's the best thing of this development cluster, because if we have any error, it will just show us here in this DAG, and we will say, hey, we do not have any errors, so woohoo. Simply say start. Okay. So this time we have streaming view. Yes, because we have view and then we have given stream read stream. So this is a streaming view now instead of just a view. Don't worry, I will just run this pipeline 2 times. Don't worry. Don't worry. Let me just check what other question do I need to cover before jumping on the next topic. Okay, now all the questions are covered after this. Now we will just discuss something special, and it is called append flow. Append flow. Yes, append flow. So this time you can see this is a streaming view instead of just a normal view, and then it is creating a streaming table. And obviously, for the first time, it runs fine. We actually want to see the result when we will be running it for the second time. Okay, it ran successfully. Okay, so now I will just simply click on start for one more time. Let's do that. Let's do that. So it is just initializing, and it should run fine. It should run fine without any errors. Like if we have any errors, we will just tackle it. Maybe we would have made any mistakes in the table definitions, but it should run fine. So do not worry, even if we have errors this time, but I'm saying this should run fine. Yeah, see. Now you should observe something. Let me give you only 3 seconds. 3 to 1. No, just take your time. Just take your time. What is that thing that I want you to observe? So this time it didn't read any data. Why? Because this is a streaming view and we do not have any new data in the source, right? So it brought 0 records. Ansh Lamba, love you. Okay, we got this. But Why we have then 7 records? So answer is very simple. This is your streaming table. So it is actually storing the data somewhere, right? And it is the property of a view, like normal view and materialized view both, that it always queries all the data sitting in the table, all the data, all the data. So obviously we know that this table has 7 records because in the initial run it processed 7 records. So it is just bringing 7 records and it is again entering 7 records in the goal table. Whoa. Dot join the group via invite link. Dot. Thanks. Dot. Okay. They are hiding their names. Okay. So did you get the concept? Did you get the concept? Did you get the concept? If yes, proud of you. I'm really proud of you. So now it's time to actually cover the second concept, that is called append flow. And before covering that particular concept, I just need to prepare the data, prepare the source for that one. And let me just quickly do that. And for that, what we need to do, we simply need to go to the Delta pipelines like Delta Live Tables and simply click on this and simply click on production. Simple. By the way, I can also kill this pipeline because this is done and we do actually do not need to save it. So simply click on Delta Live Tables. I will simply click on delete because I will create a new Delta pipeline. So I will simply say delete, deleting pipeline 2 underscore DLT, and it will, yeah, it is deleted now. So it's fine. Now you can just turn on your compute, simply go here, compute, and click on turn on. So it will just turn on your cluster and yeah. So now once we have this cluster on, we will just prepare our source, and I will just show you the append flow then. And actually in this particular session, like the upcoming session, I need to just show you so many stuff. So I will just show you once this cluster is on. So our cluster is on. So it's time to actually jump onto the next session. And this is really interesting. And for that, I just need to create the source. Okay. One table is already created. I just need to create a second one. Whoa, we are working with 2 tables. Yeah. So, so, what I will do, I will simply go to workspace, and I will simply go to this workspace, and then I will simply go to DLT tutorial, and then I will simply create 3. Okay, 3 underscore DLT. Perfect. So now what I will do, I will simply attach the cluster here, sorted, and this is my 3 DLT. And before even, hey, what is this console? I don't want your console, bro. Go away. And even before preparing this notebook, I want to prepare my source. So I will simply go to recents and I will simply go to 1 underscore source. So now what I will do, I will simply prepare the next table. So as you know, I already have this table, right? Customers, raw customers. Let's say my source table has one more table and it has raw customers new. Let's say they have like new customers in the new table and I want to apply a union between both. So I will simply create a new table. I will simply copy it and I will simply paste it here, and I will simply name it as new, like new customers, right? Makes sense. And I will simply create a new folder as well for it, that raw customers new. I'll simply run this. Oh man, wait. Otherwise it would just throw some errors. Why? Because I didn't change the name here. Yeah. Oh, I changed it. Oh man. Oh man. Aishlama, come on, man. Just run this. Okay. Cannot create table. That specification is not empty. Oh man, I think it has just run the previous cell. Let me just drop the table first. Let me just drop the table. Drop table. This one. By the way, if it is created, I don't have any issues. Makes sense. If it is created, it's fine. I can just insert some data. So I'll simply pick this data and I will simply copy it here. Okay. And obviously I need to just put suffix as new. And this time, just to make it unique, I will simply add values as, I will simply add 0 after every digit, like 10, then 20, then 30, then 40, then 50, then 60, then 70. Simple, because I want to keep this ID unique. So this will simply add my data to this New table. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Cannot be found. Oh, I think it has created that, but I think it just messed it up. So do not need to worry. I can simply go here and I can simply drop the data. If we have, yeah, we have. So I will simply drop the table and I will drop the metadata as well. So drop table, this one, SQL, run it, go away. What? Cannot be found. Oh, I got it. I think it just created the folder, but it didn't write the table name. Wow, perfect. Perfect. Now it can just create the table. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That's why I do not interrupt any cell. Ansh Lamba, you did it. We didn't. Okay. So this is just created. Yeah, this table is created. Almost. Now I will just insert some data inside this. Not this cell, this one. Yeah. So now this table has 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Okay. That's all. That's I wanted to do in the source side. That's it. Okay. Yeah. That's it. That's it. That's it. Okay. Perfect. Let me just go back to my 3 bars and let me just go to compute and let me just turn it off. Why? The same thing. Number of cores available. Quota. Course quota. So I'll simply click on this. Terminate. Confirm. Now let's create a new DLT pipeline. Let's create a new DLT pipeline. Okay. And how we can just do that? We all know this time, right? Is it terminated? Yeah, now it is terminated. Simply go to workspace and I think we should have a third notebook because I just created it. Yeah, here it is. So what I will do, bro, we know that trial is ending in 14 days. Okay. So I'll simply say percentage MD and this is a append flow. What's that? Hold on, bro. Hold on. I'll just tell you everything. Append flow. So now what I want to do, let me just create the criteria again. It will be good for you, right? So what I want to do, I just want to create, like these are my two sources first of all. Okay, this is my borderline. This is my customers. Okay, this is my customer new. Perfect. These are my two tables. So what I want to do now, I want to create a streaming table on top of this table. Okay, perfect. I want to create another streaming table on top of this table. Perfect. Then I want to create one matte view. One matte view, like these are my bronze. Okay. This is my silver. So now what this silver table is doing, this is just applying a union. Union means it is just appending the rows between the two tables. Okay. So this will connect to this one like this. This will connect to like this. Okay. My silver is ready. Then at the end, I will simply create a streaming table for my gold. Okay. Make sense? Make sense? Yeah. So what is so special in this? We can do that. I know you can do that, but now I want to apply some optimization techniques in Delta Live Tables. Okay. And we would love to know that. I know. So let's do that. So first of all, we will create bronze. Okay. And bronze, this is my streaming table. Streaming customers. Okay. And now you know how to create that. So just do it on your own. DLT dot table. Okay, this time let's give the name from this syntax. Let's explore this as well. So this will be my bronze cust. Yeah, makes sense. Or let's say bronze customers. Perfect. Then I can simply pick any function name. So I will simply pick my function because this is my function. Okay. Oh, I don't want to take screenshots, bro. Then colon. Then I will simply say df equals spark dot read stream. Okay. Then dot table, and you know which table it is. DLT dot DLT underscore catalog dot raw customers. Perfect. And what we want to do, just return df because we do not want to apply any transformations. Perfect. This is my table number 1. Okay. Now my table number 2, bronze streaming Hey, streaming customers. Perfect. So, by the way, this is new. Oh. Perfect. Perfect. Now I've simply said DLT dot table. Okay. Name equals silver customers new. Not silver, sorry, bronze customers new. Okay. This is my second table. Perfect. And I can simply copy this code. I can simply paste it here, and we know this time the table name is new. This is sorted. This is sorted. Let's do the transformation. I will simply say percentage MD silver matte view union matte view. Perfect. So now this time what I will do, I need to create obviously a DLT dot table without streaming. So I will simply say DEF. This will be my silver union, silver customers union. Perfect. Okay, perfect. And what will be my DF? This time I need to read two DFs. Two DFs. Okay. So I'll simply say, see, this is again giving me spoilers. Bro, come on, man. DF1 equals spark dot read dot table. Instead of streaming, we will be using read dot table because we are creating a matte view. We are not creating a streaming view. Okay, so this is read dot table, and then what we need to do, we will simply pick live dot this table, bronze customers and bronze customers new. Okay, this time it is bronze customers, it is fine. Okay, df2 equals spark dot read dot table, then live dot bronze customers new. Perfect. Now in order to apply a union, it is very simple. You will simply say df equals df1 dot union, oops, df2. Perfect. Now just return us the df. Simple. This is my silver table. This is my silver table. Okay, perfect. Perfect, Ansh bro. Perfect. Now finally we want to just create a streaming table on top of matte view. So just a quick question, can we do that? So the answer is no. Very good. I wanted to confirm this thing. So what we can create then? We can create a kind of matte view. Obviously, because we cannot create, let's say, streaming table on top of matte view, right? Because we just discussed that in previous section. Okay, perfect. Now you are learning. Good. So we simply say percentage MD gold, and then this will be my matte view. Simple. Okay. So in order to create matte view, I will simply say, let me just copy this. Okay, and this time I do not need to do this. No union, nothing. So spark dot read dot table. Okay, then live dot silver customers union, I guess. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, perfect. Silver customers union. So this is fine. This was easy. Ansh, what is different? We just did like everything in the past section. Oh, really. Let me show you what is different. First of all, I will create my DLT pipeline. I will simply go to here, Delta Live Tables. Perfect. Then I will simply create pipeline. So this will be my new pipeline. I will simply say 3 DLT pipeline. Okay. Then again path 3 DLT. Perfect. Then Unity catalog. This will be my this one. Target schema will be new one, or let's pick the same. Yeah, let's pick this same. Let's create a new one. Schema 3. Okay. Because I do not want any mess. Okay. So now again, auto scaling, no. Fixed size 1. Then worker type V2. By the way, if you just leave it empty, it will not throw any error, this area. But if you do not pick it, it will automatically pick the V4 version and it will just fill up all your course quota, and then you will say, hey, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. So just be careful. Just click on create. Okay. Then now same thing. It will just take some time to actually create your cluster, and for that you just need to click on start. So once you click on start, it will just do all the same steps. Once it is on, I will just make some tweaks, and then I will just show you the append flow, because we haven't seen append flow yet. I will show you append flow. Okay. So we have a red mark, an issue. What's that? Let me just click on it. It is saying df equals spark.read.table live dot, okay, dlt.table. Oh, there's something wrong with the notebook. Let me just check. By the way, the good thing is this is now started, so we can now easily debug the issue. So I'll simply go to recents. This one, DLT, perfect. So just attach your notebook with the no 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 no. Connect. Okay, perfect. So where's the issue? Where's the issue? Where's the issue? The issue is, I think, here. Oh man, come on, Ansh, come on. You cannot use the same name again. You have to use gold, and you have to use just customers. Okay, my bad. So sorry. Let me just validate it. Okay. Perfect. Oh. Again, it will just throw error. I just forgot to remove the, like, add the parentheses. Do not worry. I will just do it. Or let me just click on stop. No worries. And then I can simply remove this one, and then I can simply again validate. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Now let's see. Yeah, now it is done. Oh, nice flow made by Ansh Lamba. Okay. Now what's the issue, Ansh Lamba? Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Okay. Nothing is fine. Let me just click on start. Don't worry, it will not give us some any errors, so do not expect any errors, but I want to show you something, like what do I actually mean and what is like append flow within Delta Live Tables. By the way, all of these things are written here, but obviously it is very difficult to just understand everything from the text, so that's why I'm just trying to explain everything with examples, with the practical lab session, everything. So if you just search like DLT pipeline, and then if you just click on, if you just search, let's say, append flow, you should see something. See, append flow. Then this is the documentation for append flow only. So you do not need to worry at all. And this is the expectation. Expectation? Yeah, expectation is for error handling. Don't worry. We will just tell you everything. So this is the view, and you can see that I can expect like 7 records coming from here, because this session is purely based on the number of records it is processing. So as you can see, 7 records are processed, 7 records are processed, and this view will process 14 records. Make sense. Make sense. Okay, so now you can see 14 records are processed. Okay, now this materialized view will read 14 records again. Perfect. But if I just rerun this pipeline, okay, let me just rerun this pipeline. Let me just say start again. What will happen? Just tell me. What will happen? What will happen? You will say, hey, those streaming tables will again process the data, and these are streaming tables. So obviously that will not bring the new records. That makes sense. That's why they are streaming tables. That will only bring the new data. Okay, so what's the big deal? Then I will just show you what's the big deal. And that is the issue that we are just trying to fix. And that is why we have a concept called append flow. So this should not read any record. Perfect. This should not read any record. Perfect. 0 0. But this will read again the 14 records. Oh, now I see what you're talking about, Ansh. Now these 14 records are again added in this materialized view that I do not want. Because I have not added any data. So why this is adding this data again and again? Point. Valid point. So what is the fix for this? What is the exact, like the real fix for this? So we have something called append flow. Okay, we have something called append flow, in which what we do, we create a streaming table instead of materialized view, and we just append the data from this source, then from this source, and that way it will just read the data incrementally, because that is a streaming table, right? Let me just show you how we can do that. So in order to create a union, so I'll simply edit this first. Union, I'll simply say append flow. Okay, append flow streaming table. Perfect. Oops, it is running it because I just hit shift plus enter, but do not worry, we are not running it right now. So I have to just leave it like this. So just ignore this. So now, first of all, let me remove everything. So in order to create append flow streaming table, what I will create an empty streaming table first. Empty streaming table, yes. So we can simply say DLT dot create streaming table. By the way, I can import from Delta Live Tables, from Delta Live Tables or DLT dot pipelines, from Delta Live Tables. What was the module name, man? Import DLT. What is the, yeah, import DLT. So we do not need to write from, we just need to write import DLT. Oh, do not run, do not run, do not run, bro. Yeah. So import DLT, then DLT dot create streaming table, and then I will simply put the name of streaming table. So this is my streaming table. I will call it as silver append flow table. Okay. So this is my table. Okay. So let's create a new cell. This is my empty table. This is a streaming table, but this is empty. We do not have anything. No, nothing, nothing. Then we will use something called as DLT dot append flow. Simple. Then what we will do, we will say, hey, we want to create an append flow where the target will be this table. Simply copy this. So this is my target. Okay. So I want to append the data, but what I want to append the data, this one, DEF, DEF, and then I will write anything, like, because this doesn't matter, because this will be appended into this table, this table. So I can simply say DEF, let's say stream one or bronze one, bronze cust, simple. Okay. Then I will simply say df equals spark dot read stream, because this is a streaming table, by the way, and even if you do not want to create a streaming table, it is fine. So simply stream dot table, and what will be our source, and we all know live dot bronze customers. Simple. This is my, this source, this one, at the rate DLT dot bronze customers. Okay, so this is my this source, and I want to add this data to this target. Simple. Simply write return df. Perfect. So what this will do, this will simply return the df into this target, because we have added decorator on top of this function. These are like Python decorators. By the way, what are decorators? So decorate, I'm not teaching Python, by the way, just giving you a hint. So decorators are used to decorate your functions. They are used to just add some wrappers on top of your functions without changing any code. Okay, so obviously we do not know what they have written inside this decorator, but obviously these are like decorators. So these are taking our function as an input, and then it is just returning something else, and we know it is just doing everything in the background. By the way, nice logic, I love that. Okay, this is my first df. Then I will do the same stuff with the other one as well. I will use the new customers as well. Okay, and the target will be same, because we want to apply the union, right? Perfect. I will simply say new. Okay, perfect. Now what it will do, it will create this particular streaming table and it will be having union of both the tables. Perfect. So this is my table name, which I will use it for gold. Okay. Then I will simply say live dot silver append flow table. Okay. And obviously customers table, I need to just change it. I will simply say append flow, so that it will just distinguish it. Okay, this is my append flow table. Okay. Now just validate this. Now let's validate this. And now you will not see that issue. You will not see that issue. Oh, one error. What is that error, bro? What is that error? What is that error? Event log. Okay, let me just read. What's that? DLT dot append flow. Oh, I got it. 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 Just remove this. Then just say validate. Because I think we do not add at the rate. I remember we do not add at the rate with slowly changing dimensions. What are slowly changing dimensions, Ansh? Hey, wait. Why it didn't pick the data from this one? Bronze customers. Why? Why, man? Why? It should just pick the data from both the tables. What's wrong? Okay. Bronze customers. Okay, I can see bronze customers. I can see. So why it is not picking that one? This is my append flow. Okay. This is my target equals to this. Oh, wait. I removed. No. We have to add it. So what was the issue then? What was the issue? I think issue is something else. Let me just try to debug it. Issue is something else because it didn't pick the. So at the rate DLT dot append flow target equals to this one. Okay. Silver append flow table. Cannot have multiple queries named bronze cust. Oh, for silver append flow table. Additional queries on that table must be named. Oh, I see. I got it. I got it. I think so. I got it. So the thing is, I think we have not changed the name. See, DF bronze cust, and then again we are using DF bronze cust, so that is the issue. And obviously we cannot have the same name. So this is DF bronze cust new. Yeah, this is the issue. That's why whenever you just duplicate the cell, just make sure that you're changing the names, and yeah, it's fine. That's how you learn, that's how you debug small issues. Perfect. This is the view that I wanted to see. Perfect. Now we can even enhance this flow as well, because this should also be the streaming table if you got the fundamentals. Because even if my streaming table is pulling incremental data, but this is a view, this will again query the same stuff and it will just again add all the new records, right? So let me quickly add that. I wanted to test your knowledge, so that's why I didn't do it at that time. So now what I will do, I will simply validate it again, and this will eliminate the problem end to end. Eliminate it. Okay, this is amazing then. Okay, this is nice. So now I will simply run it and you will see. Let me first run it. Let me first run it. Let me first run it. Don't worry, we have not added any data in the source, but still for the first run, it will just load the 14 records because the silver table is new. So according to the fundamentals, it should just write all the data in the initial run, but in the second run, it should not pull any new data. And I will just show you both the runs just to validate the information, the statement that I'm saying currently right now. So just hold on. Yes, I have one sip. Perfect. So now you will see that this particular table brought 0 records. Why? Because we do not have any new data, but still I will be looking here 14 records. Why? Because this table is new, bro. I know that this table doesn't have any data, new data, but still this table needs to have those records, right? And this table obviously will have 14 records as well. But when I will just run this pipeline for one more time, then I should not see any new records. Then I should not see. And that is the concept of idempotation. That means exactly once. Our table should process the data exactly once, not twice, not thrice, just exactly once. Okay, this word is really important, idempotation. So you should just keep these technical keywords in your mind, in your mind, in your mind, in your mind. Okay, simple, simple, simple. Perfect. Now this is the testing phase. We should not see any new data in any of the tables. In any of the tables, I should not see. Perfect. And gold, I should not see any data, any new records. Perfect. Perfect, man. Perfect. This is the magic of append flow. This is the magic of append flow. Now our pipeline is ready to be deployed. Ready to be deployed. So this is the power of append flow. Now I will just talk about parameters. Parameters? Yeah, parameters. So how we can just work with parameters? Let's say I have here obviously two tables. Okay, makes sense. Two tables. Yeah. What if I want to create two streaming tables based on the column, based on any column? So I will simply add one column. Let's say I will just add one column, and I want to split my end result into two streaming tables based on the value of that column, based on the value of that parameter. How we can do that? I will just show you. I will just show you. I will just show you. So in order to create the parameters, okay, in order to work with parameters, so what we will be doing, first of all, let's go on the top and just create, or yeah, should I just add parameters? Yeah, okay, perfect. So simply say parameters, okay, simply run it. Hey, whenever you just hit shift plus enter, it will just run the whole notebook. So I had to stop it. So parameters. So in order to work with parameters, so obviously we need to create a new DLT pipeline because we need to add some configurations, or we can just edit this pipeline as well. Do not need to worry, but it is not a big issue. We can imagine in our head that we have a parameter. So I will imagine in my mind right now that I have a parameter, and I will first of all import that parameter. Import that. How I can just import that? I will simply say my var equals spark dot configuration dot get, not set, it's get. So now I can imagine any name of the parameter. So I will simply say p names, okay, because I want to just pull the names. And let me just share you the scenario as well. So what I'm doing, if you know, we have names in our table, right? We have names such as John, Jane, or let's say Bob, or Alice. Yeah, John, Jane, and Alice, these three names are confirmed. So what I'll be doing, I will pull the names in this parameter. Okay, this parameter I will create in DLT, don't worry. But you can imagine for now that we have this parameter, and this parameter has these values such as p names equals to John, okay, then Jane, then Alice, okay, Alice, whatever you want to say. So this is the value. I will give this value to the parameter, but you can imagine for now. Okay, we imagined. Okay, nice, nice, good, good, good. So what I will do, once I have this value, so this is in the form of string. So first of all, I will convert these values in the form of a list. So what how I can just do that? So my var underscore list equals to uh, my var dot split based on comma, first of all. So when I will do this, when I will write this, so it will create a list for me based on the delimiter. Bro, come on, these are the fundamentals of Python. So it will just create the list for me. Once I have the list, I am good, because now I can just use this list. So what I will do, let me just show you what I will do. I will simply go to my goal table, okay, and I will run a loop on the whole table. I will simply say for I in my var underscore list. Perfect. And obviously, according to the indentation rule, I have to use tab. Perfect. So now it will just run a loop. Perfect. It will just run a loop. So what I want to run on, what I want to do when I want to run this loop. So obviously it will be running the loop on top of every value. So what I will say name, because I cannot use the static name. I have to use dynamic name. So I will use name here. Name equals f string, because I want to use variable in the name, because I want to create a new table for every name. I'm taking 3 names for now. So I want to create 3 tables. Like I want n number of tables which are available in this list. Wow. And I want unique name for that as well. So what I will do, I will simply use f string, and this is like f, then double quotes, then I will simply say gold, and then customers. Okay. And then underscore, and then I can just simply use variable I. Perfect. Perfect. Done. And this name will be nullified because we have given the name here. Perfect. Then once I read this table, I will make one filter as well. So I will simply say df equals df dot filter where name equals to I. Perfect. So what this will do, this will just return the df data frame which have name equal to this. Wow. Perfect. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. But before that, it will not work because I have not put the parameter inside this. So I will simply go to Delta Live Tables, and I will just try to edit it. So go to here, 3 DLT pipeline, and then settings. And then here in the, where's configuration? Where is configuration? Where is configuration? Just find configuration with me. Where is configuration, man? Source code, add source code. Okay. Then cluster tags, notification. Oh, here it is, add configuration. So add configuration. This is my parameter name, and it was, I think, p names, and value equals to Alice, John, Jane. Perfect. Save. Save. Okay. Let's validate this. Let's validate this. Click on start. Okay. Even if we have some errors, I think maybe some naming issues, so we can just correct it. Don't worry. Maybe the parameter that I have used, it was p name or p names. I don't know. I will see. So I have just run this. Obviously, resource was active, so we do not need to kill the cluster and restart it. Okay, we have an error. Very good. Let's see what's the error. Gold customers allies was not added to the catalog because its name is invalid. Oh, I got it, because it is using this double quotes as well. Oh, then what we need to do? We need to first of all remove these, let's say, double quotes, or I can use enumerate function. Wow, enumerate function. Yeah, I can use enumerate function as well. This is like all Python. I'm not discussing anything fancy in Delta Live Tables. This is out of scope. Don't worry. This is pure Python. So what I can do, I can simply run my pipeline. Where is the pipeline? Where is that notebook? 3DLT. Yeah, here. So what I will do, I will just do a simple stuff. Like I can just remove those double quotes. That's not a big issue, but that will take some time, and I do not want to do that. So what I will do, I will simply say I, and basically not here j comma I in enumerate. Perfect. So now I can use j and it should work fine. So if you do not know about enumerate function, this will give me the position of that particular iterated value, and I think this should work fine now, because this was the issue related to that double quote. Let's see if we have any issues. We will just fix it. Not a big deal, man. That's how you learn how to debug it. That's how you learn. That's how you learn, right? Oh, it worked fine. Lovely, Ansh Lamba. See, I can see the table name 0, 1, 2. This is my 0th value. This is my 1th value. This is my 2nd value. So one way of doing it was removing the double quotes. So if I just go here, you can see this variable will be having the list, but in that list it will be also adding that double quotes. But in order to remove that, we have to just use like some replace function and all. So I didn't want to do that, so I just simply used enum function, and enum function just gave me the position of that iterated value 0 1 2, and it added as a suffix. Perfect, man, perfect. So now you can see I can now click on start, and this time this will create dynamic streaming tables. Dynamic streaming or delta live tables. Delta live table. Perfect, perfect, perfect. This is awesome, man. I know. Dynamic DLT streaming tables. Did you like it? Did you like it? This was my personal experiment. Okay. So just click on start and this will just start your DLT pipeline. Perfect. Perfect. And this is done. Once it is completed, this is done. Now, after this, we will be learning slowly changing dimensions. Slowly changing dimensions. The favorite topic of every data engineer, slowly changing dimensions, because obviously at the end we need to just create dimensions and fact tables. So I love delta live tables and slowly changing dimensions. Like the way it manages slowly changing dimensions is one of the biggest reasons I love DLT, and you will see the reason why. It is so good, man. It is so good. You do not need to do anything. Really, trust me, bro. You do not need to do anything. It will obviously take care of everything from scratch. It will create like slowly changing dimension type 1, type 2 automatically for you, automatically, and you will love that. So now, as you are seeing that it is bringing zero records, but obviously these tables are new. So I should see two records each, because in the source table we have two records each in each name. Oh, maybe like it didn't pick any new data because of that particular name, like equals to this thing, equals to I, this one. df.name equals to I. So it didn't like remove the double quotes, but in the data we do not have double quotes. So this is just like small issue. You do not need to worry. This is the main thing that you were supposed to learn, that we can just create dynamic and DLT pipelines as well. So this is done. This is done. So now it's time to actually look at the slowly changing dimensions. So now it's time to cover slowly changing dimension, and we have a new API for it. It's called apply changes. So similarly, we just had discovered, and not no we didn't discover. So we just got to know like we have an API for union. It's called it's called Append flow. So now we have apply changes for slowly changing dimensions. This is really insane. I love this API, and you will also love it once you know the powerful features of it. So let me just show you the code, and not just the code. I will just show you everything that we need to do. So this is just basically the code that we will be referring when creating the slowly changing dimension. So now I think you would be like you will feel familiar with this kind of code, because now you know a lot of stuff. But do not worry. What are all these parameters? What are all these things? We will just discuss everything in detail, so you do not need to worry at all. So let's quickly jump on to our source. Yes, because for it we just need to prepare one new table, which will be our source. Okay, so let's quickly prepare one table, or let's use the existing code, because we can just create a customers dem. Okay, but I want to name it as dem. Okay, sir, sorted. So I'll simply say raw customers dem. Okay, simple, sorted. Now I also want to attach one more column, and it will be, let's say, date column. Okay, so I will simply say date, and the data type for it will be date, and I will just save it in a new column. So I will simply say raw customers dem. Okay, sorted. I will simply get the values for insert as well. Okay, so meanwhile it is running, so I can simply paste the code here and I can just modify the values. I will simply remove all these values and I will simply add the date. So it will be, let's say 2025, 20, let's say 0101. That's it for now. Okay, let's say. Then just give me some suggestions, Databricks, please. Just fill some values for me. Maybe it will be just helping me once it is done. Okay, this is done. So it has created the data. Now I will just insert some data. So why it is not giving me some suggestions? Why? So I'll simply say Jane, and salary would be, let's say, 60,000. Email will be jane@gmail.com, and then let's say 2025-0101. Okay. Now, are you giving me some suggestions? No, it is not in a mood. Okay, no worries. I can simply copy the above values. Okay, no worries. And this time I will simply say Bob and Bob. Perfect. So this is my table. Okay, so let me just insert this, insert into values. So now it is inserting the values. Okay, writing the delta table, migration using data stream almost to. Wait, what happened? It is saying merge schema. Why? Why? A schema mismatch detected. Oh, I see. Because it is just treating it as a string, but not as a. Oh, I think I forgot to add them. So let's try one more time. If it takes, otherwise we can just use Python data frame to insert the values. Not a big deal, but I think it should take. Okay, so it worked fine. Okay. So let me just simply quickly query the data. Select asterisk from DLT dot catalog, or not dot, it's underscore. Okay, then raw, then dem. Okay, let me just query it. You will get to know why I have added this column date. Don't worry. And I can even add one more column, and it's called action, the action that we want to take. Okay, because it will be very handy. So what we can do, we can insert one column, or we can say we can create a new column. It's called with double M. Okay, it will be easier, and I can perform, like, I can add one column. It's called action, and it will be string. Okay, perfect. And double M, and then obviously we need to add action. It will be I. Action will be here I. Action here will be I. Don't worry, you will understand everything why I'm doing all this stuff. Okay, let me just recreate this table. Let me just add the data to the table. Okay, perfect. Let me just query the table. Okay, perfect. Double M, perfect. Perfect. Now you can see action as well. So this is my source table. Now I want to create slowly changing dimension type 1, slowly changing dimension type 2. So I want to create both the things, like two different tables, and I want to use this table as my source. Why I want to create both the tables, like both the types, so that you can actually feel the difference between two, and you will see you do not actually need to do anything. So our source is ready. Okay. So now let's terminate this cluster and let's create our Delta Live Tables. Okay, create pipeline. By the way, I just deleted the previous one, so you can also delete that if you haven't. Okay, so I will simply say dim DLT. Okay, perfect, dim DLT. Then I will simply pick that dim. By the way, we do not have, so we just first need to create the notebook. Okay, so just ignore this. Then go to workspace and then DLT tutorial. Then create a notebook. Perfect. For DLT. Perfect. So we do not need to attach anything. So I will simply say %MD slowly changing dimensions. Okay, slowly changing dimensions. Oh, dimensions. Dimensions. Slowly changing dimensions. That's it. So now what you will be doing? I will create a view. So this time we will just create two layers. One layer will be our silver layer and the second layer will be our gold layer. Why? because we are treating our source as our bronze layer, that is raw layer. Okay, so I'll simply say silver, and this will be my streaming view. Okay, perfect. So I will simply say @DLT dot view def. Okay, and I will simply say silver customers. Perfect. Then I can simply say df equals spark dot read stream dot table, and table will be my DLT catalog dot raw customers dim with double M, if you remember. Okay, so I'll simply say return df. My streaming view is ready. Perfect. Now is the thing. Now we will simply say gold SCD type 1. Okay, SCD type 1. So now we need to create an SCD type 1 table. So the fundamental is same. Fundamental is we will create an empty streaming table first. So let me first quickly create that DLT, and we need to import DLT. Import DLT. Okay. Then I will simply say DLT dot create streaming table. Okay, create streaming table, and I will name it as dim customers type 1. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, this is my empty table. This is my empty table. Now I will use the apply changes function. So in order to use that, I can simply say DLT dot apply changes. This is my API. Now we need to give so many things. First of all, target. As we all know, what is the target? Target is this one. Very good. Now, second thing is source. What is source? What is source? Source is this one, silver customers. We have just created it, right? Because this is our source. Okay. Then we need to give keys. By the way, I can simply bring all the things. So this, let me just zoom it. So this is your code that you need to use. So as you can see, target is done, source is done. Next thing is keys. Keys will be your, let's say, business key. Key will be your primary key on which it will decide whether it needs to insert the data or it needs to update the data. That is called upsert statement. Upsert. Let me just write it for you. So if you don't know, upsert is also known as, or let's say type 1, SCD type 1 is also known as upsert. Upsert means update plus insert. Okay, just keep this thing in your mind. So these are keys. So what is my primary key? My primary key is ID. Yes. So I will simply say keys equals to IDs. Obviously, if you have multiple keys, that is also called composite primary key. So you can simply write multiple keys, but I have one, so I will simply write one. Then I want to use sequence by. What is this sequence by? What is the sequence by? So now let me just tell you what is the sequence by. Let me just remove it first. So the sequence by will be our order in which we decide to use the value. So let's talk about the fundamentals. In slowly changing dimension type 1, we always use the latest value. So I will give the sequence by equals to column of date. That's why I created that column. Column of date. So whatever value will be the latest one according to the date column, it will take that value. Simple. Very good. Then what is this? Accept column list. What is this? So basically, let me first write it here. Let me just remove it here. Accept column list. It is saying, hey bro, when you will be creating your slowly changing dimension table, I am giving you the authority that you can pick the columns. So in most of the cases, we do not keep the date column in the slowly changing dimensions. We just pick the columns. Which have like contextual values related to the fact table. That's it. We do not keep the date column that is coming from the source. Do not get confused. It is not the date column of the slowly changing dimension. No, it is not the create date or update date. No, this is the date which is coming from the source. This can be your order date, this can be your customer date, this can be your anything, but we do not want to keep it. Okay, so I will simply remove it. I will simply say I do not want date. Plus, I also do not want one column called action. It's called action. By the way, what is that column? Let me just tell you. So that particular column is this one, apply as deletes. Apply as deletes. So in the source, I have the option on which I can apply deletes as well. So by default, I gave the value as I. Let me just write it for you. The column was action. Okay, do not mind my handwriting. So for now, we have given action equals to I. So it will just insert the data. That is just an abbreviation. Do not feel like it is a fixed value. No. But I want whenever I will add action equals to D, that means I want to delete that data. Just delete it. Just delete it. So I will simply say accept column list. It's fine. Then I will simply say apply as deletes. Apply as deletes equals to expression, and my column name is action equals to D, not delete, because I will be using D. So it is not a fixed value, it is up to me. Then this is the thing that we need to do. Which type of slowly changing dimension you want to create? Either it is type 1 or type 2. I want to create type 1. So bro, your slowly changing dimension is created. Your slowly changing dimension is created. Do you know how long it takes to actually create a slowly changing dimension? And it is just type 1. It is just type 1. Do you want to know how long it will take to create a slowly changing dimension type 2? Just Google it. You have to write at least I think 50 to 60 lines of code to just create slowly changing dimension type 1. And it's not just about writing 50 to 60 lines of code, bro. It is about managing those errors, managing those updates, managing those inserts. And I'm just talking about slowly changing dimension type 1. Type 2 is way more difficult to manage because we need to take care of update date, create date, expiry date, effective date, everything. And do you know how we can create slowly changing dimension type 2 in Delta Live table? Let me just show you. Bro. So this is your slowly changing dimension type 1. Let me just create type 2. Let me just create empty table for type 2. Okay. Uh, First of all, I can also write the heading. Okay. Gold SCD type 2. Okay. Let me just show you. This is your type 2. Let me just rename it. Okay. And 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 this is your slowly changing dimension type 2. That's it. That's it. You have created slowly changing dimension type 2. Can you imagine how long it takes and how hectic it is to actually create and manage it? Bro, that's why I love DLT. Because of this feature, like because of the overhead that it has removed to manage slowly changing dimensions. Amazing. Amazing. So now it is ready. Okay. So now I can simply say create DLT for me. I will simply create a new pipeline. Don't worry, we will validate this data as well. We will perform multiple iterations. So do not worry. So I'll simply say dem DLT. Okay. Then path, then DLT tutorial. Oops. Then for DLT, then select, then Unity catalog, then catalog will be my same, and I will say dem schema. Okay, perfect. Then fix size and 1. Then okay, this thing, perfect. Let's click on create. So let me click on start. So this is really cool and really powerful. I love it. So meanwhile it is starting our cluster, so we can just wait. Yes, so we have one error, and let me see what is that error. Sequence by column. Oh, column is not defined. Oh man, silly mistake. So actually we didn't actually imported the library to use the column object. So we have to do that. So we can simply import the code here, like from PySpark .sql dot functions import asterisk, import all the functions. Okay, so now I can simply debug my pipeline from here as well because it is on. Okay, and then I will simply say validate. Simply say validate, 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 and this should validate the information. Yep, yeah. This should validate the information. So initializing, let's see. Okay, perfect. So our two tables are validated. I have not run that. So now I will simply click on start. So now it will just run my pipeline and it will actually create two different dimensions for me. And I'm really happy. I will just show you the validation and all everything. Do not worry at all. And we will just insert some new data as well. So you will see the changes accordingly. Okay, so now it is initializing. Mhm. Setting up tables. So I will simply run this pipeline for one more time just to show you that if we do not have any data in the source, that means it will not do anything and it will just show zero records because both are streaming tables and this is streaming view. Okay. Obviously, initially it will just pull 7 records each because we have, I think, 7 records in the view or three, I guess. Yeah, we have three, not 7 because we created the new table. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so now it is running. It may take a longer than the previous pipelines because obviously it is now creating everything behind the scenes for you. And trust me, bro, it is not an easy task to perform all those stuff behind the scenes that it is performing right now. So as you can see, 3 3. Now I'll simply click on start from one more time, and I should not see any records this time. I should just see 0 0. That's it. That's it. What do we have after this? We have the most important function, or let's say API for it, and it's called expectations. And it is basically used to apply the quality checks on top of your Delta Live table. So after discussing the slowly changing dimension, we will be discussing expectations as well in detail. So this is running the pipeline and perfect. This time you are seeing zero records. And let me just show you the dim now. So I will simply go to Delta Live tables, click on it, and I'll simply put this on production so that it can just close the cluster, turn off the cluster. Then I'll simply go to my notebook. Okay, dim for DLT. You can just open any notebook because I just need to query the data. So I will simply say turn on this cluster, that is all purpose cluster. So now it is turning on my all purpose cluster, and I will simply write here select asterisk from, what was the schema name inside DLT? It's called dim schema. Okay, DLT underscore catalog. Okay, dot dim schema dot customer type 1. Okay, and in the second code I will simply copy this and will paste it here, and I will simply say 2. Perfect. So once it is turned on, I will simply run these two commands and you will see your dimensions ready without even doing anything. Trust me, bro, what, like, we haven't done anything, right? So what we will be doing after this, we will insert some new data as well in the table, and then we will see the behavior of it. Okay, and we also need to discuss expectations. Yes, so let's wait once it is turned on. So now our cluster is on. Let me just run this. let me just run both the commands because I want to see my table. Anshlamba, you talked a lot about it creates dimension like a pro, it creates that, it creates this. Let me just show you, bro. Let me just show you. So. By the way, we will just make some um, additions as well in the data so that you can just validate these dimensions are working exactly fine. And we will just test all the things like deletion and expiry date, effective date, everything. By the way, in this slowly changing dimension type 2, it will create two additional columns which will be your start date and end date. And if you are familiar with slowly changing dimension type 2, you should know what are these two columns. And this is the only thing that is the most hectic thing in slowly changing dimension type 2. So let's see how it has managed everything. Okay, so it is running slowly changing dimension type 1. It is fine. Wow, 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 wow. What's so wow in this? What's so wow in this? Because this is the initial run, there's nothing wow. But in the second run, it didn't mess up with any data. So it upserts the data, it updated all the data. But in its slowly changing dimension type 2, this is the thing. Wow. As you can see, this is my start date. End date is null because these all are in use right now. So these are like fundamentals of slowly changing dimension type 2. You should know all these. Now, what we will be doing, we will simply go to first uh, source, and I will just make some tweaks in the data to just test my dimensions, to test the DLT slowly changing dimensions. Okay, I'm just kidding. So now in order to do that, what I will do, obviously we are just inserting new data. Okay, and this time I will just remove these two records. Okay, so in dimensions, we expect that we will get new data, obviously, and we expect that we will also get some old data which will be updated and some data that can be deleted. So what I will do, I will only remove this row. So I want this second record should be deleted. So I will make this thing as D. Okay. And this third customer name, I want to change it from Bob to Tom. So this is the test for my updates. And now I want one more thing. So for this, if you see, we also want to change the date because this is coming on the second day. Okay. Okay. Because we have just given the sequence by column. Then I will add one more record, which will say 4. And let me just copy this. And let me just give Jerry. Okay. Sorted. So now what it will do, it will first of all delete this record from my dimension. It should delete. Then it will update this record because name is changed. And it will simply add this record. So do you know, actually operations will be so different in both the dimensions, because in slowly changing dimension type 2, we keep the history as well. So what it will do, it will not delete the data, it will simply give the end date as our this date. Don't worry, I'll just show you. First of all, let me just insert this data to my table. Okay, let me just insert this data. So it is running. It is running, it is running, it is running. So it will just push some data. So finally it is done. So now what I will be doing, I will simply go to my Delta Live table. First of all, I will just terminate this because I do not need this. I will simply go to my DLT and I will simply run it in development mode. Or production mode is also fine because we do not need to make any changes. We just need to test our pipeline. So now it will just create the resources, obviously, and once it is done, I will show you the changes. It is so good. So as you can see, this pipeline is completed, and I am really excited to just show you something. So if you just see, if you just notice, it has inserted two records. Why two records? Because one was updated and one was new. obviously, and one is deleted as well. Perfect. But in this case, it just upsorted 4 records. It didn't delete anything. It didn't delete anything because it will not delete anything. It will not delete anything. So now I will just show you the output, like what exactly it has done to our tables. So for that, what I can do, I can simply switch it to production. Okay, and then I will simply go to my recents tab, and then I can simply query the tables again to just show you what it has done to our dimensions. And that is the power of this table, bro. And I think we just did it in 4. Yeah, DLT4, I guess. Yeah, here. So here we have queries. Okay, so let me just start the cluster, and then I can simply say start. So once it is turned on, then I will just show you what it has done to our slowly changing dimensions, and that will be the end of this particular session. And then we will be just learning about expectations in Delta Live tables. So meanwhile, I can just show you as well expectations or expect all, same thing, man. Okay, it is called manage data quality with expectations. It is like the constraints. Let me just tell you, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. So this is a kind of diagram that they have built. So if you just try to understand it, it is basically saying this is your raw data. Okay, this is your expectation. Expectation means you are expecting that this table will be following this set of rules. Simple, right? Simple. Then if it passes the expectation, then you will keep that record. If it fails, you have actually 3 options. This diagram is really, really good. One is warning. What is that? What is that? So warning will actually will not do anything. Warning will just give you the warning, and it will say, hey bro, your table is not following all the rules. Your few records are not following the rules. I'm giving you the warning, but I will insert these records and I will add these records to the main table. But this will just throw the warning. Perfect. Then another thing is it will drop all the records which will not be following the expectation or the rules, but it will add rest of the records. Sorted? Then this is the dangerous one, man. This will say, hey bro, if even your single record is not following the law, it is not following the rules, I will break the pipeline. Simple. So these are basically 3 options that we get if the expectation is not met. So we will be covering this feature right now after the story changing dimension. Once it is ready, we will just figure out how we can just work with this as well. Okay. Okay. Sorted. Very good. Very good. And this is our last topic of today's video, that is expectation. And this is the best feature, I would say, because you can actually work with the quality checks. These are like constraints that you can add on your tables. Okay, perfect. It is very simple. Trust me, it is very simple. So I can just show you the code as well. So what you need to do after writing dlt.table and before writing your function, you just need to add this. What is this? This is basically a rule. This has obviously provided the rule directly here, but I would suggest you to create a dictionary. Don't worry, I will just tell you how you can just create a dictionary, because in that particular dictionary you can just define multiple rules, and then you can just define, like, pass the whole dictionary to this to this to this expectation. Okay. So this is the thing. By the way, we have this is like just using one single thing, that is expect. By the way, we have dlt.expect, and then we have expect, and then fail or warn. Warn is like by default. If I will just show you, don't worry. So I just wanted to tell you that we have expect and expect all. If we just have one rule, then we write expect, otherwise we'll write expect all. Okay, so don't worry, let me just check my DLT4 pipeline. Okay, this is ready. Let me just run these 2 commands. Let me just show you how our Delta Live table slowly changing dimensions look like. And I'm really excited to see those tables. Okay. Hmm. Quick, quick, quick. Okay, okay, okay. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So. First of all, it has removed ID number 2 because I passed the operation as D. Then it has also updated the name to Tom from Bob. Love you. Test passed. Slowly changing dimension type 1 test passed. Now, this is the main thing, bro. Okay, what exactly happened? Let me just tell you. Nothing special. Just following the fundamentals of slowly changing dimension type 2. First of all, these two records are fine because we didn't change anything. Then we said change the name from Bob to Tom. So as per the fundamentals of slowly changing dimension type 2, what it will do, it will say the start date of this name is this and end date is this. End date is this. Why? Because it is changed. Now this is its new start date and end date is obviously null because it is not ending. Then when I say remove this ID, why it didn't remove this ID? Because in slowly changing dimension type 2, we do not delete anything. But here we have added the end date. That means this particular ID will not be referred by any table because end date is fixed. Sorted. Just check on the Google and see and find how difficult it is it to just actually create and manage the slowly changing dimensions. And then you will say thanks to Databricks. Okay. So our dimensions are ready and we are all set to now work with the expectations. Okay. So in order to work with expectations, we already have a table and we will be using table called as this one. Let me just show you, which is one source. This one, raw customer. So we'll be using existing table. Okay. So now without wasting any time, let's terminate this and let's, oops, not start. Just terminate it and let's create our new notebook, which is our fifth one and which is our last notebook, and in which we will be learning about expectations. So I will simply create a new notebook. I will simply say expectations, which are like data quality checks. Okay. Okay, sir. So I will simply write percentage MD expectations or data quality checks. Data quality checks. Okay. So now let's do that. So first of all, I will simply write percentage MD. Okay. And I will simply say bronze. Okay. Bronze streaming table. Or let's say bronze, then hyphen streaming table. Okay. Perfect. And now I will be writing rule for my bronze table. Okay. And I will simply say bronze rules. And I will now create a dictionary. In dictionary, concept is very simple. Key value pairs we need to define. So first of all, I will say rule 1 and this is my name. Like I can give any key like rule 1 or let's say rule XYZ, whatever you want to keep. Then the rule itself. Now I want to pick any column on which I want to apply the constraints. Let's say in the bronze, I know that I have the ID. So I should mention ID is not null. ID is not null. Because if it is null, otherwise I will just define like what it should do otherwise. But this is my rule number 1. Rule number 2 is, let's say I have, I think, salary as well. Okay, salary um greater than 50,000. Okay. Okay, these are my like 2 rules for my bronze tables. Okay, for my bronze table, not bronze table, what's that? Not bronze table, it's just like bronze table. Okay, so let me just add a cell. Then I will just create my streaming table on top of the source, like normal way that we created. Okay, so I will simply say @dlt dot table. Okay, and this time I will simply say def bronze customers. Okay, then I will simply read the data, spark dot read stream dot table, and then oops, dlt catalog dot raw dot customers, raw customers. Perfect. Return df. But this time I also want to define @dlt dot expect. See, it has already suggested me expect all. So now if you just check the documentation, it has used expect. Where it is, where it is, where it is, where it is. I think here. Expect. Why? Because it is using only one, only one condition, only one rule. If we have more than one rule, then we use expect all. Otherwise, we use expect. Don't worry, I'll just show you expect as well. So this is my expect all function. So Ansh, you just told us that we have three features. We have three features: warn, drop, and fail. Yes. So where we will be defining this one? So when we do not define anything, when we just write expect all, it is already taking warn as default. Otherwise, I would be defining it like this: expect all or drop, or drop. Otherwise, or fail, like this. Okay, so if you just check the documentation as well, it should just show. If I can search drop, yeah, see, expect or drop, expect or fail, and by default it is warn. It is written here default. Okay, simple. So let me just change the name as well. Expectation. Perfect. So now what are the rules? Rules are these. And what is this library? What is this dictionary? This is one. This is the one. Perfect. So now when I'll be running this table, if this table, which table? Bronze customers, will not be following these rules, then it will warn me. It will warn me. And we know that we have one record. I think many records which have, like, I think at least one record which has salary less than 50,000, or let's say equal to 50,000. So at that time, it will just send me the warning. It will just send me the warning. Very good. Once we have bronze, then we will simply create the silver table. Okay, I will simply say silver. Then I can simply write one more one more rule. And here what I will say, let me just create a new one instead of copying it. So silver rules. Okay, so here I will simply say rule 1, and here I can simply say ID is not null. That makes sense. But this time I want to make it strict. How? I will simply say, first of all, I will simply rename it silver customers, and expect all. We will simply write expect, because this is only one rule. Then I will simply say expect or drop. So it will simply drop that particular row. And I want to show you as well. So what I will do, I will change the rule and I will simply say salary greater than 50,000. So it will just drop that record which will be having salary equals to 50,000. Let's do that. And we will simply say silver. Perfect. And here we need to use live live dot bronze customers. Perfect. Perfect. Now we will create our final gold one. Gold streaming table. This is also streaming table. Okay, then let's define a rule, and this should be a very strict rule. This should be very strict one. Okay, so what we can do, uh let's fail our, not fail, what I will do, I will just make it lenient, and then I will just create a rule more strict. So for now, for by the way, you can have one question that can we just define only one rule? No, you can define multiple rules. So you can simply write it here like multiple times at the rate DLT, so on, so on. So you can just add on so many constraints. Okay. So I will simply pick this one. I will simply copy it here. And for that, I will simply create gold rules. Okay. Then rule one. And I will simply say ID is not null. ID is not null. Okay. So I will simply say gold rules are 1. So I will just show you, you can just create multiple rules, like multiple dictionaries as well. So gold rules 2. I will just first run this notebook without multiple rules. Then I will just add one strict rule, and I will intentionally fail my pipeline just to show you that, just to show you all the options. Okay. Because so far we have just covered 2 options. So in this, what we'll be doing, we will simply say expect or drop. That's it. And this is gold rules. Yeah, gold rules. Perfect. By the way, this should be fail. Okay, because this is a gold layer, so unch be strict. Okay, sir. So I think this is fine. This is fine. Live.silver. Yeah, everything is fine. So let's create our pipeline. So simply go to Delta Live Pipelines, Delta Live Tables, and now you can just simply delete it, the existing one. Create pipeline. Then I will simply say expectations, and then expectations. Select. By the way, if you love Delta Live Tables, and if you love me as a teacher, as a bro, then simply write down in the comments that love the video or love the way Databricks developed DLT. Simply just use word love right now, right now, right now, right now. For me, for Databricks, for DLT, so for all of us. Okay, so target schema will be, I will simply create a new one, expectation schema. Okay, schema. Just name it like this, bro. Our schema, we are the owners. Then I will simply say fixed size, and then I will simply say 1. Then I will simply say v2 v2 create. So now it will just create it, and I will simply say start. So I will just wait until it is turned on, and once it is on, then we can simply do it. By the way, I want to show you one more thing after this, which is very special thing, and this is related to autoloader, and it is really important. So after confirming this thing, we will create one more thing. We will just first of all, don't worry, we will just validate everything in this. Then we will create something new, and it is called autoloader. It is not new, but we need to know how we can use autoloader and why we need to use autoloader in DLT. By the way, this was not planned, this was just came in mind, so I thought like I have to tell you this because it is really important. It is really important. Okay, so let me have some water till the time it is turned on. So I will just be back in few minutes. So our DLT cluster is turned on. So by the way, there's a small fix. If you are using, so I have just made the fix just to show you both the cases. So if you remember, we were using expect here instead of expect all. So the thing is, if you want to use a dictionary, then you have to use expect all. Okay, now earlier it used to take this, but now it is asking me to just have to use expect all. And if you do not want to use expect all, by the way, I think it's a good thing because it promotes standardization. So it promotes standardization because you do not need to follow two different type of syntaxes. So you just need to follow the same syntax if you have like one rule or like multiple rules. I love this feature now because if they have implemented this is nice. But even if you intentionally want to use expect, I don't know why, but if still, then there's not a big deal. Instead of passing the dictionary, you can hard code the only one rule because you just have one rule, the same way they have done in this documentation and in documentation as well. But I personally prefer expect all because it promotes standardization, and now I'm even more happy because we do not need to follow expect all, two different things. Okay, let me just click on validate and let me see if we have everything fine. Okay, okay. And now I want to show you as well. So that thing will be validated when I will be running this. So I have just clicked on start because I want to show you that, see, this is the warning. See, this is the let's say drop, data is dropped. This is the failure. So I want to show you that. And for that, we can even go to DLT live tables as well. We can simply click on this just to see the data here. So it is running now. Let's see what it brings. Okay, let's see. Okay, perfect. So now it is running. Let me just zoom out a little bit. So this is my bronze customers. And if you remember, we have applied a warning for those records in which we have ID is null and records which have less than 50,000 or equals to 50,000. So I should see one warning. If I just click on this, if I just scroll it down, I should see the logs. Wait, let me just complete. Let me just wait until it gets completed. Okay. By the way, I got it. So this is very nice. So this is completed. As you can see, we have 7 records. It didn't drop anything because we used warning. So even if our records had salary equals 50,000, it said okay, but this is a warning. But in my other expectation, I specifically mentioned that if it is not following the rule, just drop the record. So if you can see, 1 record is dropped, and similarly, only 6 records actually entered in the gold customers. That is very nice. Now, how I can just see the warning? Just click on this and just see the warning. By the way, this is not the warning for this. So I think it should be somewhere here, this one, and here it will show me the warning. They just they love changing the places of these things. So let me just find it. Let me just find that warning. Just give me a sec. I think it's not here. Wait. Let me go back to the Delta pipeline. I think it used to come in the right hand side. So these are like things stats. So I can simply click on it. So let me just see the stats. And here you will see the warning most probably. Data quality. And yeah, I think this should be here. So yes, as you can see, it is writing here failed records. It is saying failed records. It is not saying that it is dropped. It is showing you the warning that this particular rule was broken, but action was allowed. I allowed it. But this is the percentage of records, that is 14.3, which didn't follow the rule. So failed records was 1. Okay, and it has also shown us the proof that it has not dropped anything. It has written all the records, but take care of these things from the next time. Okay, so simply click on this and then simply click on stats and data quality. Earlier it used to just be come on the right hand side whenever we used to click on this. So they love playing with the UI. So they have just added a little button here for the stats. So now you know. Now I want to intentionally break my pipeline. Why? Just to show you. So if I just go to my recents, okay, then if I just go down and if I just want to add another rule, this rule is a harsh rule. And what is that rule? So I will simply say rule one, okay, and I will simply say salary, okay, greater than 50,000. If it is not greater than 50,000, then I will just tell you what will happen. So I will simply say at the rate DLT dot expect all, because I love using expect also, or fail. Okay, then I will simply say gold rules 2. Perfect. This time I will simply click on start, and this time it will fail the data because one record is having a salary equals 50,000. So it should just fail the record, fail the pipeline. So I will simply click on Delta Live Tables pipeline, and I should see pipeline failing. I should see that. Okay. Let's see. Perfect. So for the first time, we are happy with the error. It has given cannot redefine expectation rule 1 for gold customers. Okay, so it is saying that it has not followed the rule, so that's why it has failed the pipeline. Lovely. Okay, so this was all about expectations. Okay, so let me just remove that rule. That is a harsh rule. By the way, we do not need to worry about that one. Okay, I hope now you know everything in expectations as well. So now, yes, I know I want to cover stream, not streaming, like uh, autoloader as well. So what we will be doing using autoloader? What we will be doing? So why? First of all, why we need to use autoloader? Okay, why? So if so far we are using delta table as our source, delta table as our source. In most of the scenarios, we will be using delta table as our source in the real world as well. But still, like 0.1%, if your source is not in the delta format, if it is in, let's say, CSV format, JSON format, Parquet format, any other format, so in that particular scenario, you cannot run streaming. You can run streaming, but in a different way, using autoloader instead of using delta lake streaming. So far we were using delta lake streaming to actually pull the data, but this time you will not be using delta lake streaming, you will be using autoloader. Okay, so for that I first need to obviously oh man, but still it's worth it. So let's quickly turn it off. Okay, so now why I just turned it off, because I will be creating a new workspace, not new workspace, like just a new code, because I want to add some files, and instead of creating a table I will simply create a volume where I can just dump. I do not even need to just create the volume, but still, like, volumes are easier and you would also know how to create volumes. So I'll simply go to DLT tutorial and I will simply say source, and this time I will simply say, hey, just turn on my cluster. Confirm. Perfect. Perfect. So in order to create volume, by the way, volumes are the unstructured or semi-structured data that you can govern under Unity Catalog. So that's a cool feature in volume that we have in Databricks. So it is very simple. You simply need to say create volume and then volume name, and volume name will be exactly same as like the way you define the table name. It's like DLT catalog dot raw dot, let's say, my volume. Okay, and this will be my managed volume, but I want to create an external volume, so I will simply say external volume. Then I need to define the location. Okay, and location will be my volume. Perfect. So it will create a volume at this location. Then whenever I will be dropping my files within this folder, that will be governed by the volume. Okay, that will be governed by the Unity catalog as well. So that is the power of volume. So we will be using this volume as our source for auto loader. Okay, got it. got it got it got it got it got it good good. By the way, there is one hectic thing in CSV files. CSV files do not actually carry any kind of schema. No, they do not. So obviously you need to explicitly define the schema, and in order to define the schema in autoloader, you have to use schema hints, which allow us to just provide the schema. Otherwise it just infers a schema, but do not need to worry, we are just uh, covering autoloader as our source, so you do not need to worry about schema and all. Do not worry at all. So what I will do, I will simply go here. Okay, and then obviously for now we do not have anything here created like regarding volume, but it will be created now. Once the cluster is turned on, then it will be creating one folder here with the name as my volume. Then I will dump one CSV file inside this that I have right now with me, and I will upload that CSV file in my GitHub repository. You can actually download that from there, and you can even upload any CSV file, because this is not related to DLT only, you can even use any CSV file. Okay, because we are not building anything on top of that. You can use any CSV file, even if you have like any CSV file of from my previous videos, you can use that as well. And I'm also thinking to download the CSV file from my GitHub repository, so I can simply go to my existing, I can simply go to my existing. Oh, by the way, this cluster is turned on, so let me just run this. So I'll simply type GitHub and then my repositories. Then I will simply pick any file. Let's say I want to pick, which one should we pick? Let's say fabric data engineering. Hmm. What achievement is this, man? Star struck. Created a repository that has many stars. Oh wow, thank you, man. I didn't notice it. Thanks. So I will simply pick any file. Let's say fabric tutorial. And if I have any file under data, I will simply download it. Yeah, I have many files. So I will simply pick, let's say, sales.csv, like sales 2016.csv. So you can also download this, and you should have this link from my previous videos. And if you do not have, I will simply say copy this URL. So yeah, I'm just zooming it a little bit. You can simply say Anshlamba git, and then it will just take you to my GitHub, and then you can just simply download it. Okay, simple. So this is completed. Let me just refresh it. Perfect. Now I have my volume, and I can even show you here as well. If you just refresh it, you should see that volume. Just refresh it. Just refresh it. Uh, wait. Oh, let me just scroll it. It is hanged. It is fine. Okay, so schema is raw. Then you can see volumes. Now I have volume with the name my volume. See, obviously we do not have anything inside this, so we can drop it. So I can simply go here and I can simply dump my file quickly. So I have uploaded this file. Okay, I will simply click on upload, and this is uploaded. So now my volume is ready. Let me just refresh it. Now you should see, yes, my file is here. Okay, perfect. Now I can use this as my source in my DLT pipeline. So I will simply go there and I will simply create this as my source in Autoloader, and you will see that we can actually use streaming table in the form of Autoloader as well, instead of just Delta Lake streaming table. By the way, trust me, in 99% of the cases you will be using Delta Lake as a source, but still you should know how to use Autoloader as well when you will be working with DLT. Okay, because it doesn't make any sense. You are working with Delta Live Tables and you are using Parquet as a source. Boom, boom. But still, you can get any requirement, bro. And you can get any requirement that is not in your hand. So simply terminate this. How many times I have terminated this cluster, man? Just for you, just for you. Just hit the subscribe button right now. Okay. Then what I will do, what I will do, what I will do, I will simply go to Delta Live Tables. Not really. I will simply go to Workspace, and then I will simply say create a new notebook. Yes, create a new notebook. And I will simply say Autoloader. Perfect, bro. Perfect. Then I will simply say Autoloader. Okay, perfect, Autoloader. Then I will simply add a table and I will add a Autoloader as a source. Simple. Process is exactly same. We just need to change the df reading statement. That's it. So I'll simply say dlt dot table because I'm creating a streaming table. Then def, and I will simply say bronze customers. Okay, then we just need to define the autoloader here. So if you are familiar with autoloader, you simply need to say df equals to spark dot read stream. Yes, because it also use streaming. Then we need to simply say dot format equals to cloud. Okay, then it will say options, cloud file format. Yes, we know cloud files dot header equals to true. By the way, header doesn't matter much, so it's fine. Then I will simply say dot load. Hold on, baby, we are not loading directly. So what we can do now, we have successfully given the cloud files format, that is CSV, but we still need to say dot options, dot option, basically not options. And I will simply say options because like we have multiple statements. So what I will do, I will simply say cloud files dot schema location, dot schema location, and then I need to pick schema location. And what will be my schema location? I can simply pick my location from volume. Okay, there's a complex syntax to use volume, and I can just show you as well here as well. So it says like volume, then blah blah blah. So I can simply say insert this or insert this. Perfect. So this is the location. By the way, why it is complex? Because the thing is, this is constant, then your catalog name, then your schema name, then your volume name. Then if you have, let's say, more files within it, let's say you have more folders within it, then you have to define the folder as well, because I can just hierarchically store as much folders as I can. So that's a good thing about volumes. So now here I can just create one folder as well. Oh, I think I just need to create folder. Oh, that's not a big deal. That is a big deal because that will act as a parent folder. Okay, so not a big deal. I will simply say schema. Okay, and then, by the way, where is S? Where is your S? Okay, it's fine. So what we need to do, I think we need to make some change, because this is your file and this will just read this particular folder, and inside this folder I want to create one more folder. So I have to save this file inside a directory. So I'll simply say data. Okay, then I can just upload this data in this. Yeah, now I can just upload this file again. So this file is uploaded. Let me just click on upload. Okay, perfect. Now I will go to my volume. I will just delete this and I will create one more directory for schema. Perfect. Schema location schema. Okay, okay, okay. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So now I have this folder available. Okay. Okay, by the way, I don't like this options. So cloud files. Hey, where is your files, man? Okay, so let me just remove. I don't like using options. I will simply write option. Oh, it's just removed that one. So, okay, not a big deal. So I will simply write inverse schema true, or header. Let's say header, because it automatically infers the schema, so we do not need to explicitly say it. Okay, header equals to true. Then everything is fine. Now we just need to say load, from where it will be loading the data, and dot option. I think it is exactly same like this one. Not exactly same, but yeah, we just need to change the folder name from schema to data. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So this is my source, and on top of it I will just create one view or anything. So I'll simply say @dlt dot view. Okay, and then I will simply say def silver customers df equals spark dot read dot format, and then live dot bronze customers. Perfect. Return df. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Let me just turn on my Delta Live tables. Let me just delete this expectations. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. Just deleted, man. What's wrong with you? Yeah, deleted. Create pipeline. Then I'll simply say Autoloader, and this will be my path. Okay, Unity catalog, DLT catalog, and man, I'm tired. Fix size, fix size, fix size. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Then V2, V2. Oh, bro, I know that it is not available. Go away. Simply click on create, then click on start. So now let's wait for our resources and let's validate this autoloader together. And once it is done, bye. Don't worry, we will just validate it together and then it's all done. We will pack up and trust me, I know now you have like end-to-end knowledge of Delta Live Table, end-to-end, and I will encourage you to just play with it a lot, a lot, a lot. So you will gain more and more knowledge. Okay, it is new, it is new, and you can see like even Unity catalog is in preview, and I think for now they do not have any support for external streaming tables for sources. So we can only create managed tables till now. So there are like so many developments that are coming in the near future. So you can just play meanwhile and you can just take advantage of DLT and you can just build your hobby projects based on this. And do not worry, in my upcoming projects as well, I will just try to involve DLT pipelines as well whenever we will be creating star schema or like dealing with facts and dimensions. So you do not need to worry, we will just do a lot of stuff. So for that, just hit the subscribe button right now, right now, right now, right now. I have an error. Let's check that. Let's check that. Dot option cloud files dot format equals to CSV. Who put equals to sign, bro? Who put it? Who put equals to sign? Bro, I didn't write it. I just clicked on auto suggestion by Databricks. Do not trust that. Who write equals to, bro, in option? Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Let me just connect it here. Let me just click on validate again. I was like, equals to in CSV in format. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I'm really hungry. What should I eat today? What? What do you want to eat, Anshalamba? Oh, you can eat water. I'm really hungry. I'm hungry, and this guy is throwing errors. I don't know why. Why? What do you want, man? What do you want? What is the issue? What is the issue, man? Oh, we have multiple errors. Fail to resolve flow. Bronze customers. What do you want? Let me just click on it. Cloud files is not defined. Okay. Okay. Hmm. What is the next error? Silver query defined in a function. Silver contains returned DLT. It must return either a Spark or data frame. Okay. In silver customers. Okay. Return DF Spark dot. Oh man. I got it. See what I have written. Spark dot read dot format instead of table. Spark dot read dot format table. Wow. Anshlamba, eat something. Eat something. Oh man. Okay. What is the third error? By the way, other two errors are not mine. This is created by Databricks. It has just given me the wrong code instead of just applying double quotes. It has not put anything there. So I will simply click on validate for one more time and let's see what we get. What we get. One more error. What's that, man? Data frame readers option required one value. Which one and where? And what is the second option that is wrong? Oh, really? Data stream reader option. Okay. And it is near to bronze, I guess. Why did I just allow? See, see. Instead of option, instead of load, I have just written option. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. It's fine. It's fine. Ignore silly mistakes. Do not take stress. So it is now validating and show results. Show us the errors. What is the error now, man? Query defined in function bronze customer return none type. It must either return a Spark or coalesce data frame. Okay. Okay. Who will write return? Bro, I'm not kidding. This particular query was created by Databricks. It was giving me suggestions. So this is a mess and I will not allow it again. See, now it ran successfully because I have corrected everything. So finally, thank you so much, Databricks. What are you doing, man? What are you doing, Databricks? Giving me false statements. So now this is done. Okay. So obviously we have not run it. I can just simply click on start and it will just run. So now we can actually load the data using volumes. It can be tables as well, but obviously for that you first need to create the table on top of a CSV file, which is itself a task. Okay, so I just created volume, and in volume we do not need to create in table, but still we can just query the table or query the data inside that unstructured or semi-structured data, which is a CSV. And then we used that particular source, and this time we leveraged the file format which was other than Delta. Okay, it can be CSV, it can be Parquet, it can be JSON, it can be anything, it can be ORC. So it can be any other file format other than Delta. Okay, so now this is the code that we use for autoloader every time. Obviously we do not need to worry about writing because we are not writing this data anywhere, so that's why I didn't write start stream or something like that. We just need to read this data in the form of an autoloader. Okay, so obviously everything is same. This is the cloud file schema location. Obviously we have to provide schema location. In case of Delta Lake we do not need to provide. Why? Because it creates the Delta log for schema location. We do not need to worry about that. Okay, then obviously this is load from where it needs to read the data, and it is the volume. So finally, thank you so much, Databricks. Our pipeline is completed. As you can see that we have successfully loaded data using autoloader. So what are your next steps right now? So first of all, you have like two videos that you should watch. First is for Unity Catalog if you want to learn Unity Catalog in detail, and if you want to know everything in the world of Delta Lake, which is the backbone of modern data engineering solutions and architecture. You should watch the video coming on the screen, and I will see you there.